Hello.
Good afternoon, race fans. Welcome to SFM Official's coverage of the TORA Indianapolis 500. I'm your host for today, SFM Darkser, joined here in the booth by Kiwi Chris 1709 for the race, and for the pre-race, AX4X Big Ben and Afkersy. Good morning, afternoon, evening, gentlemen.
How you
Hello.
doing, man?
Good early morning.
All
Good
right.
early morning.
So we're all gathered here today because we all love the same thing, and that thing is crazy complicated, very long, high entry count esports races. Isn't that right?
Sounds about right, yeah.
Oh, there's nothing like insanity at 2:45 in the morning.
All right. So what you're
Yeah.
seeing now is the wonderful pace car that Ben has created for us, the Indianapolis 500 Toro logo, and our starting grid, which we will be going through before the start. So, gentlemen, today we're in for 500 miles, 200 laps of the famed Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Brickyard, as it's known. So, Ben, why don't you explain to us a little bit what you're going to do to the Brickyard in your wonderful pace car?
Well, I'm going to liquefy tires as fast as humanly possible.
Attaboy. And what
Because what else do you do whenever you're driving a pace car at the Indy 500?
I know, right? So what Ben is going to be doing is he's going to be launching from the Yard of Bricks, noted with the big red arrow on screen, heading into turn one at 120 miles per hour for the first lap, and then as soon as he's done with that, he's going to light him up. So Av, you qualified for the race. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how to drive this famed track in motorsport? How do you handle Indy?
So basically, when it comes to this track, especially here on Forza Motorsport, the car is very dependent on your setup. And going through, let's say, turn one, you're going to try to take it flat out as much as possible. Turn one and turn three are known as the hardest turns on this track, just because it's different. You think that every corner, if you look at the map, you think every corner looks exactly the same, but that's entirely not true. Each corner reacts differently, but one and three feel about the same. But just taking all the speed that you're getting from the front stretch and the back stretch going into one or three, it makes it just insane. And it's difficult, and I love every bit of it. It's not necessarily the best explanation, but that's the way I see it every time I race it.
Yeah, you really have to feel these ovals. It's not like a road course where you can get into a sort of left-right rhythm. The oval, it's the same lap every time. You have to get millimeter perfect. It's really hard.
Yeah, and that's the thing about oval racing that a lot of other people think about. Oval racing has this reputation of, oh, you just turn left time and time again. But no, it's the getting the exact time to turn left, being able to hit that apex just right, being able to get the best drive out of a corner that makes oval racing so much more challenging, I think, than your typical road course.
That's absolutely right, Ben. And that takes us to a really important point I want to make about how precise some of these drivers were. You see the starting grid here. JSR Suomi yesterday in qualifying, if you were watching here on SFM Official, went ludicrously faster than everybody else, something like 0.2 of a second on an oval. How crazy is that?
That's
It,
nuts.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's absolute insanity.
Considering the rest of the grid was separated by 2/10 of a second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it literally was. I think the top time at that point before he set that lap was Yuko at a 3:13, and to get into the race, you had to have a 5:29. So we're literally looking at a split of zero point 0.2 seconds between the entire grid. But with that lap, now we're looking at zero point 0.4 seconds between overall throughout the grid.
Yeah,
Now,
it's
however, do I think that Swarmer's going to run away with this? No, because it's all racing, and it's racing in general. Anything can happen.
It's all right to have that pace for one lap, but having it for 200 when you've got 14 other cars as you'll have in the lobby around you going just as quick as you are ain't the easiest thing in the world.
No, not even a little bit.
plus you got to remember these guys are going to be making a three wide start, which is in itself a very dangerous thing.
I'm
Normally
already
at Toro,
horrified
we
at the thought of that.
Normally at Toro we do 2x2 starts. Well, Indianapolis is different. In the real race, they do 11 rows of three, and we're doing the same thing. So you'll see 5 of those rows in our broadcast today, in hopefully as little as 10 or 15 minutes. And that in itself produces some drama. Last year, there was a big crash in the first couple of laps, took out a few of the fastest drivers, including second place driver LSCM Yuko. Hopefully that doesn't happen today, but if it does, it will certainly be exciting.
Yeah. That I was there for that wreck last year, and it took out Yuko, it took out Jordan, Groves. I don't remember who all it took out. But because this is literally your time it's a distance event, kind of, sort of, but it just depends like how fast you make those 500 laps is going to make the difference between placing the top 10 and not like finishing like 33rd, basically.
Yeah, and that's actually a good point, Ben, because a lot of people don't realize that the lobbies in this race, at least the top 3 of them, are scored against each other. This race is run on time. So it's whoever completes 200 laps the fastest in lobby A, B, or C. And we're going to be showing you lobby A. So the person who wins lobby A probably will
May
win
or
the
may
race,
not.
but
Yeah.
might not. It can vary a little bit.
Yeah.
Particularly if there's that first corner incident that has happened in the past.
Yep. We've also seen really close finishes with intra-lobby scoring, like in the TEC in 2018. I think there was a GTE class finish that came down to something like 3 or 4 feet after
That was
6 hours.
2017.
2017 Coda. Yeah, you're right, Ben. So it can happen. It doesn't always happen that way, but it has been known to happen.
The big difference this year from last year, though, is that we're running fuel and tires all the way. When last year we were running full sim, and that was what really took people out of the competition. Was getting involved in those accidents and having to drag the car back to the pits. But arguably, if you get involved in any incident during this race, it's going to cost you.
See, that's interesting, Ben, because I had heard that it was sim damage, but I guess we'll find out.
I heard it was fuel and tires.
The plot thickens.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens when Ben crashes his pace car when he tries to peel the tires off it.
I am not going to pull a Belle Isle, all right?
Oh, ye of little faith. Oh, ye of little faith. Okay, Drifting Hero has confirmed that it is fuel and tires, and he would know, seeing as he's hosting the race. So there you go. Ben was correct.
Ye of little faith.
Yep.
Who knew? The vice president of TORA knew what he was talking about.
I know, right?
All right, it doesn't happen often.
All right, gentlemen, we are approximately 7 minutes out from the scheduled start of the event. Probably be a little bit longer than that because LOL getting people in a lobby. But we're getting there.
Forza.
Oh, the nerves are creeping in because I thought I had an extra hour.
Oh.
I thought we started at 2 o'clock, not 1 o'clock.
Whoops. So, well, what are you here at? You're starting 12th.
Yep.
How are you feeling?
I'm more hyped up for this race than I think I've ever been for any race I've been a part of in the past. Because this is the big show. This is the big show. It's the one that, a lot of people tried to get into this but managed to qualify 12th. That's unheard of for me, my team, all of that. Like, I never would have expected it. So to be even in this race is just telling of, there's sheer luck involved. And I'm excited. I'm very excited, just terrified at the prospect of, okay, this is a long race. I gotta try to go with the flow, try to keep my nerves down, and just try to be there at the end. And that's all that matters right now.
No, fair enough. And I suppose because you're towards the back of it as well, you can sort of ease your way into the race a bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dark, sir.
Yes?
Can we talk about why you're in a minivan right now?
Well, it's appropriate that a broadcaster will have the broadcast van from which to bring the beautiful images to the lovely viewers at home. So I figured, why not bring out a V10 swapped Honda Odyssey? It seemed appropriate.
Hey, Ben, you know as well as anybody, in our other series that we race in, we embrace the Honda Odyssey racing vehicles.
I mean, maybe Aurora, but TORA? I don't think the typical TORA series would welcome a Honda Odyssey.
Hey, stranger things have happened, my friend.
Stranger things have
I
happened,
wonder-
yes.
I wonder if I can get into Mighty Mites.
All right.
I think you'll find that you can't get it down to the weight limit.
Yeah. And if you're following
I probably
along
could-
on our scrolling ticker, the Mighty Mites series runs on Thursdays at 9 Australian Eastern Standard Time PM on Thursdays, 8 British Summertime PM on Thursdays, and 9 Eastern Daylight Time US also on Thursdays. So there's 3 separate rounds every day, depending on what time zone you're in. So
Yep.
check that out if you like some front-wheel drive door banging. I want to race, shameless plug. It's really fun. Check it out. There's 3 or 4
I
rounds
don't
left.
remember who described it as this, but I really liked it. It's basically go-karts with bodies.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the cars are really close. They're really easy to paint. It's a good series.
So, I'm gonna go get the fire suit on and get down to the track. It is time to start. So,
All right, Av,
Indeed.
best of luck to you today.
I'm gonna need it. It's gonna be a fun afternoon. To everybody watching, thanks for tuning in. Let's have a good afternoon, guys.
You go well, sir.
Yeah.
See you later, guys. Thanks for having me.
All right, and we'll probably hear from Advocacy later on in the day, hopefully after the race. He can tell us how it went. But in the meantime, the man, the myth of the hour, JSR Suomi, has just joined the race, so our pole sitter is indeed here. I'd love to show you his car, but sadly the track has not allowed us to bring our cameras into the pit lane yet. So Suomi is here, and that is really exciting because that man is an animal on this track.
That lap time, I'm still getting over it.
Yeah, we
Which is-
all lost our minds in the comm box, just in awe of the pace of this man.
Yeah, and there was about there was about 15 minutes in the TORA staff chat. It's like, can someone check his car and make sure it's legal?
Yeah, and
Just
But if I
15
screw
frantic minutes of messaging where it's like, how is that possible? Oh wait, it's actually legal. What?
yeah, and we know that the SFM
pass.
tuner, SFM Varus, was up until probably 3 in the morning trying to figure it out. LSCM Yuko stayed up late trying to figure it out. Midland Zeta kept practicing. He got down to a 0.2. People are scratching their heads as to how this could have happened, and maybe some people figured it out, but the key here is going to be not letting Suomi get away.
The problem is there's 14 other cars in this lobby that are so close to each other that you're going to probably spend as much time fighting the guy behind you as trying to chase the guy in front.
Yeah, and that is actually a good point, Chris, because the cars in qualifying will probably drive differently to the cars in the race, because in qualifying you don't have to worry about drafting, you don't have to worry about tire wear because you're only on there for a few laps. In the race, you have to worry about people getting aero loose, aero tight. You're going to see cars getting extremely unstable with somebody behind them. It's really going to throw people for a loop.
Yeah, racing these things is very much different from qualifying these things.
Yeah,
Racing is where we separate the men from the boys.
Yeah, you basically say a little prayer every turn that the guy behind you is just far enough behind you to where you don't both crash.
And it requires cooperation from all parties, really, to make sure you both don't crash. At least if you do crash, if you're not going to take a wheel off, you're just going to slow yourself down, so it's not the worst thing in the world. That's still not great.
All right, gentlemen, I need to go get my Marshall helmet on, so I would talk to you guys probably later.
All right, thanks again, Ben,
All right.
and best of luck to you. Don't crash the pace car. Don't pull a Detroit
I will try that.
2018.
No.
All right.
I would try not to. Take care, guys.
So that was AX4X Big Ben, and he's going to go get suited up as he alluded to. And in a first here on SFM Official, we have something not really been used before. We have a starting grid that moves. So here we go. We're going to try this for the first time. Hopefully everything works all right. And here goes nothing. All right, so on the first row, we have JSR Suomi from the UK. In the middle, LSCM Yuko. And on the outside, Midland Zeta, who everybody used his tunes. Second row, Dark Eye Matter. And then we have BDF48 Gaming and Dr. Chair for SFM on the outside in the Dogecoin car.
Row 3, we've got on the inside Robo Red in the second of the Swordfish cars. 8th place, SFM Psy, and 9th place is Twisted. Row 4, we've got Corey in the SFM Alonso Meme Machine. 11th place, we've got Bolts, a lot of numbers. And in 12th place, we've got person who just was in the booth, Advocacy.
Row 5, we got 3 Americans, No Doubt Flat Out in the number 1, Coca Gamer 11 in the number 7, and TLR Overdrive in the number 90, your current task car points leader. In the 16th spot is SFM Drifting Hero racing out of Switzerland, BM34 Fun Games in the middle from Germany, and the Canadian Springer on the outside.
Row 7, we've got 19th Real Steel 56, 20th Discover Cyrus, and another Canadian from SFM, 8th Captain Slow in 21st. Row 8 sees Real Spill Goat, AMR Genesis, and AMS F1 Ben 23.
And on row 9, we have AX4X driver Hailfire 97X in the middle from Italy, Clyde Yellow, and on the outside, the host of the second lobby, SHR Matt 10. Row 10 sees TORA IndyCar Guru Radiation Lewis on the inside, AX4X Insanity in the middle, and the Scottish driver AMS Andrew 14 on the outside. And Chris, that takes us to row 11.
Row 11, where we have the German GRT MB AMG, 32nd AMS Mead, and 33rd T-Tony 567 after a really exciting bubble shootout in that last qualifying session yesterday.
Alright, and now that we've gone through the whole starting grid, we can now confirm that almost the entire thing is wrong, because No Doubt Flat Out has withdrawn from the race. So, one of the drivers who was right near the top, he's not racing today, for some reason.
Yes, he was in...
He was pretty good up there.
Yeah, I think it was his 13th, 14th or so.
Something like that, yeah.
So it's a shame that he's had to pull out.
Alright, so unfortunately our monkeys back in the lab will not be able to reproduce the starting grid video in such a short amount of time. However, we tried.
We tried.
Yes.
We tried so hard.
There was an effort.
There was. Good luck to everybody involved. Enjoy the race. I guess very quickly we should just say, I have been a wanderer over land and seas, yet a moonbeam on the water casts a spell over me. Blah, 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 blah. Back home again in Indiana.
That was beautiful, Chris. That was absolutely beautiful.
I was gonna sing it, but you know. So have we got two pace laps?
Yes, so this race is a little bit different from your normal TORA races because we have 2 outlaps instead of 1. The first lap will be completed at approximately 120 miles per hour. At the completion of the first outlap, the drivers will then, coast down to, I believe, 80 miles per hour. And then they will attempt to take the green at the 3-minute mark.
Mm-hmm. We just need to ready our broadcast cameras, i.e. spectate.
Alright, so for some reason the spectate camera does not want to cooperate. We're not entirely sure why this is the case. Strange. Okay. That's really strange.
Because you're ready to race, that's why.
Yeah. No, like, it's not even an option. Oh, I know why. I'll fix that in a moment.
Okay. I was kind of excited to see a Honda Odyssey filming van on track. We're going to redo the Steve McQueen movie, reenacted for Indy.
Okay, so there's apparently an issue with the pit wall in turns 1 and 2. That appears to be the issue. So apparently they have to do something to the wall before the cameras will be allowed to get rolling.
Okay.
That is a new one here on SFM Official. We've not had that before.
SFM Official, breaking game since 2016.
Amen to that. So that was really weird.
Okay, well, while we're fixing this, put your money where your mouth is. Who do you think's going to win this race?
I think it's going to be either Yuko or Dark Eye Matter. Reason being that Dark Eye Matter won the race last year, and Yuko is a robot on ovals.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm thinking.
Yep, okay. You don't think Sumoi's pace is going to hold out for 200 laps?
He might, but I've never seen him actually do a full race before, so I'm unsure
Okay.
of his long-term stamina here.
Yep. Fair enough. I was going to say Yuko for me. We know he's quick. I've seen him be quick. I've raced with him while he's been quick. And for the majority of yesterday, he was the quickest driver out there until the alien came in.
That is true. That is very true. All right,
But
so
either way, I think we're in for a fantastic race.
yep, I think we're about ready to get this race started, everybody. So we do apologize for the short delay there. Just waiting on a few drivers to hop back in their cars. As you know, drivers are opportunistic about their restroom breaks, so give them a moment.
Then we had Kimi Räikkönen in the lobby.
Yes. If you ever want to laugh, go on YouTube and look up Kimi Räikkönen ice cream. That man's a legend. All right, and if you're just tuning in, this is the 5th annual TORA Indy500 race coverage here on SFM Official. 200 laps from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, not including the outlaps. And it is a very, very fast race. Speeds in excess of 235 miles per hour the entire time, except when they're in pit lane, and we are getting started now. So, Chris, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Good man, good man.
I'm ready.
He's ready, yeah. All right, so we're going to ride on board with Ben for that first outlap, and while we do, we're going to run through the starting grid one more time, even though it's mostly right. So, Chris, why don't you start us off this time with row 1?
For row 1, we have pole position JR Sumoi for that beautiful lap time yesterday. Second place on grid Alisumi Yuko. Third place Midland Zeta in the tune everyone's using. Row 2 is last year's winner. 500 Dark Eye Matter, BDF 48 Gaming, and Dr. G PhD. Now you can go.
All right, and that means that in the third row we have Robo Red Midnight, SFM Zai, and PXM Twisted. And on the fourth row, positions number 10 through 12, we have Corey CC97 in the Fernando Alonso Praise Be Unto Him machine, Bolts 211743, and Accuracy.
13th place goes to the Coca Gamer 11. 14th place is TLR Overdrive.
And
because of course, No Doubt Flat Out is no longer participating in this race.
Which means that SFM Driftin' Hero will be the last car in the race today. So that's your abridged starting grid, and we are riding on board with AX4X Big Ben on the first outlap, and supposedly he's going to be putting on a show for us here in just a moment, and I, for one, am really looking forward to this.
Yes, I am. Come on, get the drift score. Hope you got the drift score hard on.
I think the smoke show is going to be happening relatively soon here. He's probably just wanting to get the first lap done in an organized manner for time purposes. So let's see what Ben can get here. See Suomi, Yuko, Dark Matter behind. The drivers are warming up those tires a little bit. Alright, here goes Ben. He's hit the gas.
He's booted it.
Yep. Alright, maybe we'll see it in turn 2. That beautiful new 2019 Chevrolet Corvette C7 race car, same as they use at the real Indianapolis 500.
It's actually the proper pace car, isn't it?
It is. Ben has recreated it with some artistic liberties, but it's pretty close. So there goes the pace car again.
Yep, he's taken off.
Yep. All right, so maybe burn rubber meant just go fast, not do some sick drifts. So shame on you, Ben, for misleading us. It's all right though. Yes. So we're gonna jump back now to the second row of the race, the middle of row 2, BDF 48 Gaming, because we're about to start the Indianapolis 500 here on Forza Motorsport 7. I'm your commentator for today, SFM Darkster, joined in the booth by Kiwi Chris 1709, who is arguably the better of the two commentators of us. And we're about to take off, folks.
3 wide start. One of the best traditions of Indianapolis in the Indy 500, in my opinion. It adds to the uniqueness of the event. You can see there a little bit raggedy at the front, but we're starting to form up nicely. What are we coming through? Turn 3 here, just coming up to turn 4?
Yep. going through 3, coming up to 4, and you're going to see these guys hit the gas in quick succession, riding on board with BDF 48 Gaming for the start of this race. And
Of course, going when we hit the yard of bricks.
or now. All right. Apparently they were told when to go, and they've done it. So the start is happening. See Swomi on the inside. Dark Matter has dropped back. Yuko on the outside, and we're good into turn 1. Look behind. No dramas yet.
Looks like we were well behaved. Got into a nice orderly line early, which is great to see.
Okay, so the start was not chaotic, as some people had feared it might be.
Seems a little disorganised. I thought we were all going when your cars hit the line, but there you go.
Yeah,
All
apparently.
a bit of padding in the backpack, though.
Apparently there were some directions given that contradicted what we were told earlier. That's all right. Jumping back to Corey CC97, see if we can catch some of that action. Oh, and there's been a crash in the back.
that was-
I think there may have been somebody who lost it. See if Ben can catch it. Nope, not quite. Okay, let's see if Bolt's caught it. Well, Bolt's
maybe
caught it
Bolt's
because he
wasn't.
was in it.
Yep.
Oh,
he's
and
only 13th, so
There's a restart.
backing out.
There's a
There's
restart. All right, so something has gone wrong. We'll be restarting this event. Unusual circumstances here at TORA. This does happen sometimes, but it's uncommon.
Restarting because of the recon lap. Restarting because of the recon lap one.
Ah, all right. So that'll do it. Typically, there is a restart if there's a crash before the completion of the first racing lap in TORA competition. So that will do it.
Meanwhile, Lobby B is probably taking off or has probably started.
Yep.
If it was smart, I'd be logged into Lobby 2 and just watching that on my TV screen.
Oh, man. All right, so restart due to lap 1 wreck. So apparently we've quickly flown to Le Mans on the back of a Saturn V rocket, and then we'll be heading back to Indianapolis to get things rolling.
When is the Odyssey 500 happening, Dark?
Oh,
Question from Twitch.
don't give me ideas. All right. Looks like Midland Zeta has made a quick pit stop. He'll be returning momentarily. Okie dokie.
200 laps of Le Mans would take a lot longer than 2 hours.
Yeah, that would be a extremely long race.
I'm up for it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're doing the 24 Le Mans in, what, 3 weeks' time?
Yeah, 3 weeks. The TORA Le Mans Revisité. We got the R15 and 908 coming up against some GTE cars. Check that out. I think there's something like 50 entries already. I think we got space for 99, so come on in.
Walk right in, sit right down, drive your car real fast.
Is this a sing-along now, Chris?
Well, gotta do something while we wait for the lobby to restart itself.
True. Da 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 da.
Can I just say as well, because I didn't mention it on the stream yesterday, but I think I should because we're on the Swordfish channel. God, our boys did well yesterday.
They did, yeah, they really did. Chair, Robo, Zai, Corey, all made the top split. Ace made the race. They've done well.
And even our affiliated drivers like Av, and yeah, fantastic effort by the boys.
Yeah, really strong showing from everybody.
Yep, just a shame that some of them like Zai and Corey have disgraced themselves with their liveries.
Alright, so not really sure what's happening at the moment. I see a bunch of people are leaving for issues. Xbox issues, says Ben. So
How to do it.
Xbox has let us down once again, as is tradition at this point.
Okay, so at this point it's going to be a race. Is the race going to finish first, or is the sun going to come up in Melbourne first?
You know, I am honestly not sure, because it could go either way at this point.
Yeah.
Chris, why don't you tell us what time it is in your part of the world?
At the sound of the beep, the time will be 3:15 a.m. Beep.
All right. That's dedication for you guys. 3:15 a.m. So early.
Yes, I put in a day of leave just to do this.
And we do appreciate it. We really do.
Well, I can't have you entertaining the masses of 2.5 hours by yourself. Everyone would get bored. And
Yeah,
you'd get bored.
I don't think they'd really appreciate the sound of my voice solo for 2 hours. That would be pretty painful.
Oh, I know mine is, but they're not abusing me in chat yet, so it's a win.
Whew.
Don't you start, vegan.
So we're waiting for, I think, 2 drivers to come back in.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like Midland Zeta is one of them. All right. Well, while we have the chance, let's show off the liveries because we didn't really get to do that earlier. So Suomi's got the Samsung car, number 92. Beautiful gold paint job. And we're reloading something here. And we're back to Indy. Perfect.
Well, very quickly, while that lies, the good thing about this is if B lobby's started already without any issues, we're going to have an idea pretty quickly of how the A lobby guys are going to finish up in terms of the overall.
All right, sorry, Chris, but hearing from Advocacy that his internet died.
Oh.
So we'll give him a moment here. All right, so like I was saying, let's show off the liveries of the competitors here. We got Suomi, Ellis Sam Yuko, and the Niki Lauda car. Midland Zeta. Dark Eye Matter.
Mm-hmm.
BDF 48, a new driver to TORA, who actually doesn't have a TORA license, so he should probably get one of those. The Doge car.
Actually, very tastefully done, surprisingly.
Yeah, it was really good. Damb, Team Milkbag for some YouTuber.
Less tastefully done.
Twisted's car by Dr. Deluxe. Alright. As I randomly jump down 10 cars. Beautiful paint job. Drifting Heroes Pepsi Max. Corey has the Fernando Alonso meme machine, which we showed off in painstaking detail during the qualifying session. Bolts has the GoPro machine. Robo Red Midnight NTT Security, an entirely self-made car. Coca Gamer is running Cessna. TLR Overdrive in SUNY Purchase College. I think I said that backwards, but that's alright. And then the van.
With no livery on it. You couldn't even put like a broadcast or anything like that on there.
Yeah, well, that would imply that I thought ahead, which I didn't. So, yeah.
And yeah. There's some. It's just amazing that we have some really awesome livery designers and in this community, and I think each and every one of them has done a really good job. Even the Alonso machine, the amount of work Corey put into that.
Yeah,
it's just crazy.
It takes a lot of effort to make a car look that garish.
Yeah.
You have to transcend memes and really just embrace the absolute travesty of what you're making. And Corey has done that. He has the meme machine Mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think this is number 9. So it's tasteful art.
It is. You know, considering that my liveries normally get a car, paint it pink, and put a number on it, job done.
Amen. Sometimes you just got to do it that way.
Yeah.
All right, so since the start of this broadcast...
Sounds like we're losing Dark as well now.
Yep. Since we've started, I have made a wonderful frozen chicken sandwich for breakfast. I have consumed some water. I got some oat bran sesame sticks here next to me. Got my pen and paper ready for writing, not for eating. And it's gonna be a good one. What do you got, Chris, to keep you awake? You got some coffee, tea, Monster?
I've got a bag of pineapple lumps.
All right, that'll work.
Which I'm disappointed I didn't bring over to you guys when it came to Daytona.
You had one job.
I brought you guys Marmite and sticks and Anzac biscuits. I never brought the actual pineapple lumps.
Yo, those Anzac biscuits are delicious. Really good.
That's fine.
It's like one of the best cookies I've ever had.
And my internet is absolutely taking a massive issue at the moment. Give me a moment.
The things we do for streams.
The things we do for streams. There we go. It's actually not too bad now.
Alright, so we're still just waiting for Advocacy's internet to function as internet instead of as some wires buried in his front yard that don't do anything.
Vegan, the Marmite was not awful. Take that back. I've started something in chat now. I apologise. So this is getting a little frustrating, but hopefully we'll be getting underway very shortly. Apologies for the delay.
Yeah, this is a thing that happens sometimes. It's totally out of our control, out of TORA's control, out of the competitor's control. You're at the mercy of your ISP, and they are a cruel mistress sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But once we get rolling, we will be going to the end.
Again, though, we're about 20 minutes delayed in A lobby, so if B lobby's on point, they'll probably get their results in pretty quickly, which is going to help us a lot.
This is true.
You'll be able to give a pretty quick idea of who's actually won this race. It'd be really awesome if we could just have a 33-car lobby, but you know, limits. And I think Xbox would explode if they tried to implement a 33-car limit.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work. It would be fun though.
Yeah.
So, if anybody can send us care packages so we don't start singing again, that would be super awesome.
Day 4. The race start is mere minutes away. I'm fading away into nothing, which isn't concerning because there's a lot of me to fade away.
The self-roast is brutal. Alright, if you're just joining us, this is the 5th annual TORA Indianapolis 500. We're supposed to get started about 20 minutes ago, but we will be getting started hopefully within the next 5 minutes. We got 500 miles, 200 racing laps of action to bring to you today. Got Kiwi Chris here in the booth with me. I'm SFM Darkser. And we're waiting on one man's internet to send some packets his way. So,
If it's like Australia Post sending packages, he'll never get them.
woo.
I'm on fire this morning. I should do more of this stuff.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. If it makes you feel any better, when we do the commentary for Automobilista Australia, we have the same issues. It's not just an Xbox thing.
Sounds about right.
And they're like 10, 12 car lobbies and they just keep crashing all the time. The racing's frantic when we get going. It just takes so long to actually get going.
Has anybody heard from Advocacy recently? Do we have any update on the status of his internet connection? Anybody know what's going on? The silence is deafening.
I presume, though, he's currently trying to connect.
Yeah. Alright, so he is coming. Soon, TM.
Oh Lord, he coming. What? I love how you said that our singing was breaking news. All we're doing is breaking eardrums.
Hey man, you gotta take them as they come.
Exactly.
Yeah.
keep watching the cricket, actually. I want to see if Bangladesh has won.
Hearing from Dr. Sherrod that a new lap record has been set, a 0.000 miles per hour. That is the new race high for Lobby 1, set by all the drivers and the van at the moment.
Oh, wow. That's, oh boy. Can't beat that. And that's a very interesting result in the cricket. I'm not going to spoil it because there might be one person in chat who wants to watch it, so I'm not going to spoil it, but that's very interesting. Come on, Evie, come on, come on.
So apparently there's a tertiary issue that has surfaced itself. So they are getting there, supposedly. We do apologize for the delay. This is atypical of how long the delays are.
All this padding we've got to do made me wonder how the NBC announcers did it for what, 5 hours on qualifying day?
I really don't know. They're really good at their jobs, and they did a great job with the coverage.
Lee Diffie's a bit more professional than I am. I'll give him that.
Lee Diffie is one of the best commentators in all of sports. He's so knowledgeable. He's so enthusiastic. And if you watch the Olympics in 2016, he did the rowing coverage.
That year he did V8 Supercar commentary while he was trying to get into America. It was amazing.
That was good. Not sure how much longer the race organizers are willing to delay this race anymore. Hearing we're going to get started at 1:30 with or without Av. So the clock has been started.
That's only 30 seconds for Jeopardy, isn't it? That's not going to be long enough.
Yeah. And speaking of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek is actually in better health than he was last month. So happy to hear that Alex Trebek is recovering. The man, the myth, the legend, the Jeopardy host. Really cool guy.
Yay.
If you've ever done bar trivia, you owe that man a debt of gratitude.
If you can hit spectate, we might be almost ready to go.
Yep. We're just waiting for Av still, so hopefully he is able to make it in. If not, I will be very sad.
If not, you'll have to take his spot.
Now that would be a plot twist.
I can commentate this on my own. I mean, when Av and I were doing it yesterday, we didn't threaten to switch the stream to Fortnite or anything.
That would be not good.
It'd be okay. Yeah. Everyone in the chat likes Fortnite.
Damn kids.
Can we do a spec pace car series?
Maybe someday.
Awesome.
Someday, maybe someday.
Okay. I'm going to eat all my pineapple lumps if this doesn't get going. It'll make me a sad panda.
There's Avcracy.
Hey!
All right. In the nick of time, with nary a minute to spare, Av has made the show. All right. Thank you all, dear listeners, for your patience. We are now excited to bring you the TORA Indianapolis 500. We are getting started. It's going to be good. We're going to ride on board with BDF 48 Gaming again for the start, because he's in the middle of the second row. And yeah.
Awesome.
So if you're not at your TV, come sit down. We're starting the race.
That was very pleadful.
It was. It really was. It shows my inner mental state.
While we're getting going, What will the drivers be doing on this first warm up lap?
Well, they're just going to be getting up to speed, maybe moving around a little bit to get some heat in the tires, because the cars are fuel limited. They're not tire limited. So
Okay.
you don't really have to worry about wearing the tires too much. Your main focus is just on getting enough heat so you don't spin out when you hit the gas for the first time.
Fair enough. And we're looking at about 20 laps since, are we?
Yeah, about 20 laps. Some drivers might scrape 21, but I don't think there's any real variation in strategy for this race. You're just going to be trying to make it to the end.
You need to hit 22 to try and make that strategy work.
Correct, and it's going to be incredibly difficult for these drivers to actually do that.
Yeah, especially when you're going flat out for 200 laps, as we're going to be in this case.
So this is our first warm-up lap, and while we're doing that, let's actually show off the cars while we have the opportunity to do so. Here's the pace car, Big Ben.
Well, there's the road in front of the pace car. There we go.
Here's JSR Suomi, the pole sitter. Beautiful piece of machinery on that car. I really like this car. In the second, we have LSCM Yuko in the Niki Lauda tribute car. Very tastefully done. Next up, we have Midland Zeta MLZ Designs, his self-made brand. And Chris, take away row number 2.
Row number 2, we've got Dark Eye Matter there in the BlackBerry Alpha machine. Beautiful car, that. Absolutely gorgeous. BDF Gaming in the Five Guys, which is a chain of family restaurants, is it?
Huge hamburgers.
Okay.
And then
that's not the car we're looking at there, though.
On the outside
is Dr. Chair PhD in the Dogecoin car, which Dogecoin themselves have put the support for on Twitter.
Row number 3, we got Robo Red Midnight in the NTT security machine. In the inside of that row is SFM Zai in the Team Milkbag entry. And on the outside, Av Kursi, whose internet just rebooted.
And then we have a wall. There we go. There's a 24 Pepsi Max machine of Drifting Hero in 15th place.
Yep. And that means in number 14, we have Coca Gamer in the middle. Or on the inside. They're all over the place here. And Bolts.
And Bolts, yeah.
And we're going to jump all the way back up now to the second row for the start of this race. So, best of luck to all of our competitors. Get ready for the start, boys.
Okay, looks like we're going to be a bit cleaner here.
And the start has happened. Here we go. 5 rows of 3, 200 laps. JSR Suomi taking the early lead. Yuko on the outside, not giving him an inch. Okay, maybe a couple feet. In the back, it looks like everybody's made it through the first corner A-OK. Riding on board with BDF 48 Gaming.
Ooh, very close to the wall there, but avoided that incident. Last thing we want to do is hit the wall coming down to the back straight away. Looks like BDF's getting slightly going into turn 3. Trying to get into the slipstream of the cars in front. And through turn 4 there, we can see...
Oh, there's been a crash! Suomi! Oh, big crash.
Ooh.
So that will probably end up being a restart. We've got Suomi, Chair, Yuko. They've all been pancaked in the wall. That's going to really make them upset. That was the first real opportunity these guys have had to go through the track. We talked about this before the race, Chris. There was that big crash last year. Well, there's a big crash this year.
Looks like we're not stopping.
Suomi's car wounded? It shouldn't be.
Not.
No? Okay, not sure what's going on there. Maybe he's just trying to get behind somebody to save fuel.
Yeah, that's perplexing. If we are going, that's going to be really disappointing.
Yeah, somebody's on the inside there.
Yeah, that was Ben. Oh, no, there he is.
That's Robo Red Midnight. Why is he slow? Maybe he just lost it independently of that? Let's see. No damage, yeah, because they are running fuel and tires.
He did pit though, but he also made heavy contact with the inside pit wall, so I'm not surprised he got delayed. He's also missing his rear wing, so I don't know if that actually affects downforce meaningfully.
It should, but maybe it is. I'm not sure. Because they should be running fuel and tires for this race, so I don't understand why any driver would pit at this point. This has just been confirmed by Ben. So, very bizarre accident here at the first couple of laps. We'll see where Yuko's fallen down to. He's in the 8th position, all by himself. And that's going to spread the field out.
Maintenance taking a die again.
We can also confirm from Ben that there was the offer for a restart was made. The lobby rejected it, so we are going to continue.
And advocacy has lagged out.
All right. So big disappointment for advocacy. Great qualifying run, but it has come to an end prematurely. Really, really sorry for Av. And let's see who's leading this race now. It's going to be Dark Matter.
Yeah, so last year's winner, through quite a bit of luck, is now being harassed, though. Absolutely harassed.
Yeah, he might be in the lead right now, but maybe not for long. Now, if these two were smart, they would draft together for maybe the first pit stint just to try to get some distance, but I don't think that's going to happen.
No, they're looking very racy.
You can see, well, you can't see now, but you will be able to see very shortly, all over the back of Dark Matter is BD F48. He's all over his gearbox.
And look, he's in third at the moment. Corey.
Alright, so the Fernando Alonso praise be unto him machine has made its way up to third, probably navigating that start crash expertly. Corey is very good at that. Looks like behind there's a bit of a race too. Bow down, mortals, he says. Imagine you're getting past, you look to your right and you just see that.
And the battle behind between Zai and his mates is looking pretty tasty as well.
Yeah, we'll jump back to Midland Zeta here just to check out this battle. Got Bolts and Zai, 456.
Is it possible to remove the name tags because it's really distracting?
Yes, and I have.
Okay, cool.
So you can see Zai there in that black and purple red car as Zeta almost hits the wall. So let's see if Bolts and Zeta can work together to get around Zai. I suspect they're just going to be content to sit in line for now, though. Try to extend that first fuel run.
Well, if they can get to 24 even, which might be a big ask, but
yeah,
because the first one's going to be a bit shorter as well because they had their couple of laps under the pace car, so
right,
got to take that into account too.
And if you're watching closely, you can see Zeta's running a little bit high in some of the corners, so he can get a little bit of a gap, so he can use the draft to maybe slingshot past Bolts. So Zeta is doing some homework for later in the race.
And Zai's running incredibly low as well. The lowest of the three. Yeah, right on the white line there.
Yeah, you have to protect the inside in IndyCar, because if you leave that lane open, you'll just get driven right past. So Zai is doing a really smart job right now. You can see he's weaving a little bit to try to break the draft behind. That's how you have to drive the IndyCar race.
Gentlemen, I have returned.
Hello, Ben.
What did you do to the lobby, Ben?
I did not do a single thing. If people get crashing, it's not my fault. I was out of the way.
There's been another crash, gentlemen. PXM Twisted pancaked the wall. He's not moving. I wonder if his wheel had an issue.
No, he's moving now.
Oh, God.
During the first start, that something was acting up on his wheel. So
he's facing the wrong way in turn 1.
He is currently on track, though.
Well, he's at the exit of turn 2, and this might be really dangerous if his wheel doesn't cooperate, because he might spear into traffic. So Twisted is here, but struggling. And there's the race leader. There's Dark Matter. See how they navigate past the slower car.
Also interesting, so Robo's actually a lap down there as well.
Yeah, Robo.
As a result of pitting.
Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly happened. at the first lap, but given the delays we already had and I pulled the lobby, they were all fine with continuing on. So that's why we didn't have to restart.
Yeah, and here is that Robo-Rib Midnight Machine. Did he maybe get spun into the pits at the first crash?
He might have. But he also said something in the party about maybe they should paint a caution yellow on the pit median for the pit wall, so he might have been trying to avoid the wreck and hit that by accident.
All right.
Looks like if you saw a car pancake off that. Oh, here we go.
Looks like Zai's actually lost 2 spots to Bolts and Zeta, so maybe they did finally work together to get around him, or he bailed out to save fuel.
And he's like, yeah, no, you guys go nuts. Because is this Zai's first Indy?
It's his first TORA Indy500, yes.
Yes. So probably just learning how these cars actually race.
Yeah, Zai's actually
moving.
he's actually coming off the iRacing 24 Hours with the Magellan HCR team. He was driving a Porsche 919. I think they got 6th in split 3, I think. So
Nice.
Nice.
A little
work,
different to
you
this
know?
though.
a little bit, yeah.
Well, that's the end of my pit report, so I'll leave you guys to it.
All right, thanks again, Ben. Maybe we'll hear from you later.
Yep.
Hopefully I'll hear from him later because my internet was massively stupid during that interview. But anyway,
Excellent, excellent.
Zai, I reckon Zai thought about a run for a split second there, but wisely dropped back because he's actually dropped by quite a bit of time there.
It almost sounded like he upshifted there. Maybe he's trying to save fuel. Oh, we've lost somebody.
Ooh,
Who was it? Oh, it was Bentley.
Ben. It was Ben.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So the race is now without a pace car. So
Yeah, not that the
Yeah,
pace
we get
car is
that,
needed anymore. There's no cautions in this race, and I think Yuko may have pitted.
that's what do you pitted to potentially sort of when I was Phoenix, wasn't it?
Say again?
I was thinking about he's getting his wheel fixed, but that was Yuko. That was Phoenix, not Yuko.
Yeah, so he didn't
No, he
pit.
didn't.
Maybe he just crashed again solo? I'm not sure. Hearing
Yuko
from...
got taken out by Twisted.
Alright, so when Twisted's wheel stopped working, Yuko is a victim. That has been known to happen.
Tell you what, this lobby's going to be a bloomin' survival of the fittest at the moment.
And there's a big old gaggle of cars for 4th. That train of Bolts, Zeta, and Zai has caught up to Corey. So now Fernando Alonso in the GP2 engine has to defend. And you can see these guys have already lost 1/5 of a mile in 19 laps to the top 2. Such is the consistency of those guys.
That's pretty crazy.
It's like a bunch of killer bees, isn't it, Chris?
Zoom. Yeah. Oh, here we go.
And-
We've got to dive to the inside. Ooh.
Oh, I
I
hit
know,
the
it
wrong
was you
button,
taking
forgive
camera?
me. You can see, I think that's Zeta trying to make the move on Bolts. He's got the inside, 3 wide!
3 wide. 3 wide. That's ballsy, boys.
And Zeta's actually going to lose out to Zai there, I think. Oh no.
No, he's not. That is just going to get him. But if Zai keeps his nose in there, he could. Nah, smart man.
He thought better of it. Smart
Yeah,
driving from
yeah.
Zai there. The young Englishman.
We've seen enough people go off there on the last lap of races to. No, you don't stick your nose down inside of turn 1.
You can see Zeta's going to try to make a move on Bolts now, who's having a look at Corey just 1 corner ago. And he's not going to get it done. Corey is still defending very well there. And we're approaching the
but I
end of the
think
first
Corey-
fuel stint. Drivers are probably going to make their stops on the next lap or so keep an eye out for that, Chris.
Will do. I reckon Corey's going to be vulnerable here this lap to. Is that Bolts behind him?
Yeah, that's
Bolts
Bolts
just
right
looks a
behind.
little bit better.
Yeah, Bolts is probably the more experienced of the 2 of them for IndyCar oval racing. Not saying Corey's inexperienced, but Bolts does this pretty much every day. So here's this pack of 4. Fastest lap of the race so far from mid-lane Zeta, a 37. There's a crash!
Whoa!
Big crash!
Big.
Everybody but I think Zai in there getting
Zai
involved.
survived it.
So Corey is taken out. There's a few more as well. I think it was Bolts in there. Let's see. Should have been Bolts.
BDF Gaming has DNF'd as well.
Yep, yeah, so they're in the pits. It's going to be Bolts. There's Zai in the pits. There's Swomy. Lots of pit stops. So I wonder if somebody went to pull down and just couldn't see what was happening. But we've had our second big accident of the race. And I think that was Zai coming out of the pits now, with Swomy right behind. So that's going to cost them a lot of time, that big crash. And watch the pit exit here, because there's a wall that protrudes between the inside lane and the outside track in turn 2. You can see it there.
Right there.
So the drivers have made it out, and we can confirm that Twisted has indeed left the race. See if Corey's been able to get moving again. Okay, he has. He's out of the pit lane. And that is going to split up this battle a lot. It looks like Midland Zeta may have also escaped without too much damage there. He's now in the pit lane. See where he comes out.
This is... I tell you what, this is going to be potentially a Lobby B victory here.
And Zeta has lost it on the pit exit. All right,
Okay.
that's interesting. So we
That
saw...
was a very beta move by Zeta there.
Yeah, we saw Zai and Swomy go by. Zeta lost it. He's going to lose about 4 or 5 spots now.
Oof, that hurts.
That's going to move Driftin' Hero back up to the 4th position. Probably on merit now because he hasn't crashed. You can see Driftin' Hero right there. Check his fuel. He has made a pit stop 1 lap ago, so Driftin' Hero is now in the 4th position because he hasn't crashed.
Yep. That's just... Meanwhile, out of front, Dark Eye Matt is just going, what happened behind me?
Yeah, he lost his buddy. So,
Yeah.
where is BDF 48 Gaming now?
He's out. He DNF'd
Oh,
already.
right, okay. So the guy who was in 2nd is now out of the race. The guy who was in the pole is now back up to 3rd, and the guy who was last is now in 5th.
Is a guy who's up to 3rd pitted?
Yes, he pitted the same lap as Zai, and he should be just behind him. There he is.
There he is.
Now, we talked about this in qualifying, but watch Suomi go through turn 1 and 2 here. You'll see he's able to carry about 2 miles per hour more speed than Zai. You can see him still pulling away.
Even running the high line.
Yeah, we're not sure what Suomi did to that car, but he has it set up absolutely perfectly. Amazing tuning work by the JSR driver.
I'm sure we could ask him that at the end of the race when he inevitably fits into the podium. What the heck he did to the car.
I'm sure he'd love to tell us all about it.
Yeah, I'm sure he would.
It's not like it's state secrets or anything.
No, he'll give us a typical driver response. Yeah, we just tuned it up and it went like a rocket. Yeah, thanks.
Oh, yeah.
Tell you what though, Zai's not exactly falling off him.
Well, plus Zai's got the draft now, so he doesn't necessarily have to work as hard to keep the same pace as Suomi does in front. See what he does, and he hits the wall.
Whoa, got away with it though. I didn't lose too much time by the looks of it.
Yeah, didn't seem like he lost much time.
Not a little.
So let's talk about the big movers so far. Drifting Hero's up 11 spots. TLR Overdrive is up 9 spots. That's pretty incredible.
Both just benefiting from everyone else going around the wrong way.
Yeah. And new best lap from Zeta is a 1:20, probably set in the draft.
Yeah. There is a speculation that Zai is cheating by using the hybrid from his non-19 in this car.
I don't know how
I
that
can
would...
confirm that.
I don't know how well that would work, Chris. Well, there's a big gaggle of cars up there in front of Drifting Hero.
But,
it looks like it's going to be, I think, Bolts and the lap car of Robo Red Midnight.
what's the lap down rules here? If you're a lap down, you just keep going and just hope everyone gets around you?
I believe it's just don't impede the driver behind you, but you can fight to unlap yourself. So if you're not holding them back or holding them up, I don't think there's any reason to just jump out of the way.
Cool.
Yeah. You can see that gap is coming down now between Overdrive and Drifting Hero. So Overdrive's getting a good tow back there. So on lap 29, leaders. These guys would just be starting lap 29 of 203. So really they're on race lap 27.
Flies by. That's only been 20 minutes of action.
Yeah, it really does go quick here, especially without the safety car. This should be just about 2 hours and 5 minutes of racing, I believe.
Awesome.
Yeah. You can see Drifting Hero and Bolts are now working on getting around that lap car of Robo.
Yep, the BlackBerry machines. I thought he had him there, but no, Robo's got it.
Well, the
got enough of a
Highline,
run.
the Highline will give you a much better exit, so Robo is going to be trying his best to continue to go as fast as he can. Now, if I was him personally, I would drop behind my teammate, Drifting Hero, and just draft, save some fuel, but Robo is keeping going. Because these guys are not racing each other for position.
At the same time, could he be playing the team game as a bit of a foil? Let the car who's still in position actually save that fuel?
That is also possible, yeah. However, Drift is racing for Grip Tech this race. Alongside of Radiation Lewis in Lobby 3, and Iceman, I think.
Okay, so it's not actually racing for SFM, so what we're saying is stuff him.
Well, if that's how you interpret that, alright, it looks like Bolts has the inside now. Drift is going to stay behind him, so no, Robo's going to hold him off again.
Robbie just looked really good on exit.
Yeah, he's got that car nice and hooked up. He's on a wheel as well, so he's going to be a little smoother.
Meanwhile, change position.
Yeah, Drift just dispatched Bolts like he wasn't even moving. That was incredible. So this battle is probably going to continue marinating for quite some time here. Let's see if anybody else is close on the track. We'll hopefully find that out very shortly. Looks like Zai is falling off of Swomi a little bit.
I mean, that's not a surprise. That's not a surprise. Swami's just that quick at the moment.
Yeah. Well, they got the lap car of Twisted too, so that's going to be hurting Zai. Because now Swomi's got the person behind him.
There's a definite air gap there. What was it, 0.178 of a second, but still. Overdrive's. Oh, no, that's Delta the best lap. Don't worry.
Yep. Oh, Twisted spinning again. Alright, so Twisted has pancaked the wall again. Very unfortunate.
How did I miss that?
Yeah, he just kind of read that correctly there. See if Twisted can regain control of his car. Okay, there's that other battle we were on earlier. There goes Overdrive. So Twisted is back underway, crashing for the second time in about 5 minutes.
He's having serious wheel issues, isn't he?
Yeah. It is harder to race on a wheel, so I absolutely give him props for trying it. And he does have the pace. He did qualify in like the 6th position. So this is not too hard for him, but he is having some problems today. And there's Dr. Chair catching up to the lap car again.
He's had a very quiet race so far, hasn't Chair?
Yeah, well, he spiked to the wall on the first lap, so he's been playing catch-up ever since.
And make his lap move done pretty quickly.
Yeah. So, job done. I don't think Twisted's going to be fighting him too hard now that he's crashed twice.
Yeah, no. We'll just be fighting for survival.
Yeah. So let's do a run through the field, shall we?
Sounds like a plan, Stan.
In the first position, we have Dark Eye Matter defending race winner. He's checked out on the field, about 2 seconds worth. And in the second position, the pole sitter, JSR Swomi. And we've lost somebody else. So we'll return to our regularly scheduled field run through in just a moment. But somebody else has left the game. I think it may have been Twisted. No.
No.
What is happening here?
I don't know. My stream's just
it's
taking.
Me.
Oh.
All right. So that is new. Okay. Okay, I see how it is. All right. So that is unprecedented territory here. The streamer has left the race. Okay. We'll try to
I
get
hope you
that
enjoyed the
going.
Indy 120. I
We'll
hope
try-
everyone enjoyed the Indy 125.
We'll try to get that up and going again for you guys. Because that is just hilarious.
Meanwhile, I think we should put up the oval so everyone knows what the oval looks like.
You know, that is a fantastic plan, Chris. And why don't you explain to everybody what the Indianapolis Oval is while we get right back into this?
So the Indianapolis Oval, 2.5 miles of sheer terror and going really, really quickly. 4 turns. Turn 1 and 3 are the bigger challenges on the track, but 2 and 4 are also very important to get right. If you ever turn right on this course, you're an idiot.
Amen.
And yep. And it's basically just flat out for 500 miles, go nuts, and away you go.
So this commercial break is brought to you by Open Broadcaster Studio, makers of amazing screen capture software.
And brought to you by Turn 10, makers of, well,
Yes.
this. On this note, I'll give you my second bag of pineapple lumps. I'll be right back.
All right. And after that unscheduled interruption, we are now back to the TORA Indianapolis 500. Thank you all for your continued patience as we deal with some lovely computer issues. So riding on board with JSR Suomi, he is trailing Dark Eye Matter, and I suppose we can go back to that through the field while Kiwi gets his candy. So jumping back to the third position, we have SFM Zai in the Smitty car, damned. Behind him is SFM Driftin' Hero with Bolts just behind. Those two are still pretty close. And you can see Rubber at Midnight is in front in that lapped car. Jumping back to Bolts now, you can see the GoPro machine. Blue and black. TLR Overdrive is in the 6th position. He has lost some ground on these guys, and he's also under the track. So Overdrive is actually driving a submarine right now. If anybody would be so kind as to take a little clip, that would be amazing, because this is just bizarre. Overdrive
I'd say
is
that,
underneath
I'd say
the
that's
circuit.
underdrive. Yeah, that's underdrive.
I have many questions.
Yes, so do I.
Moving on, Dr. Chair PhD is in the Dogecoin car in 7th position. Running 8th is LSEM Yuko, started 2nd, had a couple crashes early on. In the 9th position is Coca Gamer, who's also driving a submarine. In the 10th position is Midland Zeta, also underground. That is really
So
weird.
third place in submarine class.
And Corey CC97. Fernando Alonso has become a minor. And then Robo Red Midnight in the 12th position. With Twisted
So what
bringing
happens-
up the rear, also underground.
So what's going to happen? So what's going to happen if these above ground cars hit these underground cars?
I'm afraid to ask. Alright, looks like
Oh,
pit
we have
stops
6
are happening.
pits forward.
Overdrive in the pits, Suomi as well coming out of the pits. See Zai in there as well.
So, do you expect the leaders to be in the next lap by?
Yep. So there goes Overdrive, and we're going to jump over to Dark Matter, hopefully catch his pit. There he is. Oh, there's a lot of cars in the pits. So here comes Drifting Hero. He's probably going to be Oh, all right.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Okay.
Esports ready. So there goes Dark Matter. Drifting Hero is in the pits. We'll see where Dark Matter comes out. Should still be comfortably in the lead. I don't think anybody was near him. There we go. See Drifting Hero come out, presumably in the 3rd or 4th position. 4th it is, because Suomi has got around him. So there's Drifting Hero. Hopefully some of these cars, when they pit, will stop being submarines. Alright, it looks like pitting has returned them to the surface. Good to hear.
They've come up. They've come up for air.
They've come up for air. Yes, they have. Thank you, Kiwi Chris. That is amazing. Alright, so Bolts and Drifting Hero appears to be the only really battle on the track at the moment. These two have been going at it for about a whole pit stop now, or a whole pit stint, rather.
Yeah. And Bolt is right on his gearbox again, and he is the fastest driver, I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
And it can't be much longer until he actually gets a bit impatient and tries to get through.
Right, and they don't have Robo anymore. Whoa, Bolt's almost lost it there coming out of 2. Sure, if he caught that there. Looks like Robo Red Midnight is in the pits, so he should be coming out right when these guys go through turn 1 and 2. So they'll have their drafting partner back. Well, see a bit of a gap opening up. So Bolt's chasing Drift. Let's see where Robo comes out. And Dark Matter has had an accident because Suomi is now the leader. What happened there? Or has he? I just saw the lead change.
No. That just means Suomi probably hasn't pitted yet. That's what it'll be.
No, Suomi, I think, did pit. Let's check on that, though. We've got 84% fuel for Dark Matter, and then Suomi, 79, so he did pit. Dark Matter actually had an accident there. And we missed it.
Well, a half lose at least. But that means now our fastest driver from quali is back out front.
So Suomi and Dark Matter, your top 2 at the moment. That's where we're at.
A little tap of the ball there, I think.
So he'll probably get right back on pace in a lap or 2. And if you are just joining us, this is the TORA Indianapolis 500. We've lost Avcracy on the first lap, we've lost the pace car, and we lost the guy running in second, BDF48 Gaming. Down to 13 competitors, 11 of which are on the lead lap. Robo and Twisted have lost a lap.
5 of which have been submarines at some point during this race.
Accurate.
And for those of you joining through as we're quartered the way through almost now, I think first portion of the race, we're seeing some pretty good on-track battles, and now we're starting to settle down into a bit of a rhythm. And we'll see what happens for the next 150 laps.
There's still a lot of time.
I think that Lobby B is looking good to be in the race. We could have an overall winner come from Lobby B at this rate.
Yeah, that is actually a good point, because the top 3 lobbies, or at least most of Lobby 3 and the entirety of Lobby 1 and 2, are scored against each other on total race time. So it is possible that you could win the top lobby and lose the race. As Drift hits the wall, Bolts is going to get the inside line now in turn number 4. See if he gets a better drag on the front straight. No, Drifting Hero is going to power through. There he goes. So Drift hits the wall, makes the pass anyway, and nothing has changed. I think we may have lost Chris there. Alright, so waiting for Chris to make his return. Australian internet playing tricks on him. Let's take a look at Overdrive, see how he's making out, chasing these guys down. Well, he's on the same straight now. He's got about a 1.5 second gap. I think it was 1.6 or 1.7 seconds. So if those two keep battling, Overdrive is going to start to make some inroads in the TLR machine. He's got a little bit of a gap behind as well to the next driver. That would be Dr. Chair, coming back up from the 10th position. So a little bit more of a gap between Chair and Overdrive than between Overdrive and Bolts. So there is still some distance to be made. But it's Suomi out front, Dark Matter second, Zai third. And then just behind Chair, a little bit more back is LSCM Yuko. Remarkably clean car, considering all the carnage he's been involved in. So Yuko is still coming. The number 100. Further 2 seconds back, we've got Coca Gamer. And right behind him is the lapped car of Twisted. Now, these drivers are all in a communication chat together, so they are probably getting a little nervous when they see Twisted, seeing that he's already spun 3 times. I don't know if I'd want to be behind him. Maybe in front is fine, but not behind. So Coca Gamer in a good spot right now. Midland Zeta's fallen back to 10th after his little pit oops. And you can see he's probably going to be catching these guys pretty quickly. He's got likely the 3rd fastest car on the track right now. I don't know if he'll be able to make up the whole gap, but he'll certainly be able to make up some of the gap. And it looks like Twisted is trying to pass somebody who is 2 laps ahead of him for some reason. Not sure why, but he's entitled to try. Corey is a bit of a ways farther back off of the 10th place driver. Had a couple of issues, including that one huge crash that took out like 5 drivers. So the Alonso machine is still going. And Twisted is all over the back of Coca Gamer right now. He's just on it. You can see once he gets the turn in, he's nice and smooth, but his entrance and exit lines are very inconsistent. Probably still struggling with the wheel. So you see Coca Gamer on the pad in front, Twisted behind on the wheel. And just look at the way these cars are driving. Twisted's car is so unstable. I'm kind of scared to watch it at this point. It's really sketchy. It's the wall again. Puts your heart in your mouth, really. So that Twisted chasing Coca. Let's jump up to Zeta because he is making big inroads on these guys. You can see that gap has come down by about a 1/3. No doubt in part due to the erratic driving of those two. Coke is probably hesitant to use the full inside without making sure Twisted isn't behind him. So we could have a battle for the 9th position developing very shortly. And it looks like Drifting Hero and Bolts is still a battle that's happening. So we'll move up there again. Still all over each other, these guys. Really get the sensation of speed when we get to the corner cameras. They're pushing 242 miles an hour at parts. It's very fast. So Bolts drives for Ultimate Autosport, one of the smaller teams on TORA. They've been known to enter 4 or 5 cars in TASCAR, and always the open wheel events. Got a couple of entries in here. Bolt's the highest one for that team. Looks like Dr. Chair is actually making inroads on the 6th position as well, probably by virtue of consistency. See Bolts try to go for the inside, doesn't get it done. Going to try to set that pass up again, going down the backstretch into turn number 3 on this, the 57th lap of the race. See Bolts and Drifting Hero there again. Really, really close. And these are both Hondas. The Grip Tech guys switched from Chevy over to Honda right before qualifying ended. Supposedly the Honda is a little bit easier to get the speed out of. They both have the same potential, but it's easier in the Honda. I think this battle is going to continue for quite some time here. So let's jump back to Zeta, who I think is about to catch Coca Gamer and Twisted. There he is. So Zeta has done really well to bring that gap down in only a few short laps. Now he's going to be trying to save a little bit of fuel right behind Coca Gamer. Twisted has got around. Coca may be using him as a guinea pig. So is Zeta going to look to the inside? No, but Coca is. Coca Gamer going to the inside. He's going to easily make the pass. Zeta thought about making it 3 wide. Didn't. Thought about it again. Didn't. Smart driving from Midland Zeta. And they are both going to get around the 2 laps down car of Twisted. No problems. New best lap from JSR Suomi at 1:61. That is absolutely incredible. And that is how you get it done. Koka and Zeta have passed Twisted. Moving right along there at a good clip. Now let's see if Zeta can work on Koka. Is he going to use him to save fuel, or is he going to go for it? And we should be seeing pit stops in about 2 laps or so. 2 or 3 laps. So we'll keep an eye out for that on our map. If anybody dives into the pits. And we can also tell you that in the second lobby, LMP Grizz has disconnected. Apparently had a massive electronics failure approaching the pit lane. The team was unable to repair it, so Grizz is now out of the race. That's the second team milk bag car, SFM Zai being the other in the 3rd position. So Suomi is supposedly in the pit lane. See where everybody comes out in relation to that. See Dark Matter going into the pits as well, just as Suomi comes out. Or not. Okay, so Dark Matter's still going. Suomi is still in there. So Dark Matter is going to be coming in this next lap. And you see a bunch of drivers now entering the pits. Dr. Chair's in there. No, he's not. Alright, I feel betrayed right now. I think Bolts is in there. Alright, yeah, so we got Bolts in there. We got Overdrive coming into his pit stop. There goes Zai from the 3rd position. I think that's going to be Bolts coming by in just a moment. Oh, yep, that's Bolts. So Overdrive and Bolts are going to be really close now. Driftin' Hero is probably going to be making his stop on the next lap. So here's Driftin' Hero, and he is in the pit lane. So we'll see him cycle back to where Bolts is momentarily. Dr. Chair is also in the pit lane now, just behind Driftin' Hero. See coming out of the pits right now is going to be Dark Eye Matter, which means we're going to see Suomi go by in just a couple seconds. You can see his car coming through right now. So there's Suomi. So Dark Matter is actually going to lose a little bit of time there. He was only 4.5 seconds back, but now it's going to be a little bit more than that. And the only car that hasn't pitted so far is Midland Zeta. He is definitely going to be coming in this lap. That car does not sound healthy. I think Zeta may have actually run out of gas, and he has. So Zeta's out of fuel. That is going to be hurting his time a lot. Midland Zeta coming into the pits, 0%. He's going to fall right down the order. There goes Suomi. Okay, this should be Dark Matter coming through. There he goes. So Zeta ran out on lap 64. There goes Zai. Get a really good chance to see all the gaps in real time here as they come through. Big old gaggle of cars there. It looks like it's exciting, so we'll jump up to Dr. Chair. His car right up to Overdrive, Driftin' Hero, and Bolts. So Bolts and Drift lost a ton of time that pit cycle. That allowed Overdrive to catch up and Chair. So now we've got a 4-way fight for the 4th position. And this just got interesting, folks. So that is bizarre. And I think that our wonderful Australian or New Zealander commentator, Creepy Chris, has now returned. Chris, can you hear me?
I can. My internet has stopped being a bag of absolute you-know-what, and I'm back with it.
Excellent. So welcome back, sir.
What have I missed?
You missed a pit cycle, and Zeta ran out of gas.
So I missed some stuff.
Yes, and now there's a big battle for 4th position between Bolts, Driftin' Hero, Overdrive, and Chair. They were spread out by about 5 seconds. Now they're spread out by about 0.2 seconds.
Here we go.
And this is actually a good point to demonstrate how close qualifying was, because if you remember, the top 1st to 33rd was only about 4/10. After one lap, that's like going from Bolts to Chair in 2.5 miles.
And they had 32 cars in that spot.
Yeah, that's how close it is.
God, they go so quick.
Yeah, pushing 240-something miles an hour right now. It's honestly incredible the amount of concentration required just to hold on to the cars. Let's see here how fast they're going.
200 and... No, that's TORA.
Yeah, that's not it. There we go. 247 miles an hour, 248 into turn 1. Absolutely incredible.
That's obscene. People talk about the cars going ridiculously fast at Le Mans down the Mulsanne Straight, but they're doing what, 220 at most?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Indy is on a whole nother level of speed.
Yeah. Yes. Be the fastest motorsport in the world?
It very well might be, yeah. So we're still on board with Overdrive here as he's trying to chase down Drifting Hero. Both still leading this train, and Chair has fallen off the back a little bit, but I don't think he's actually losing out. I think he's just waiting and waiting, seeing what's happening in front of him.
Probably not a bad play, in all honesty, at the moment.
Yeah, just use some patience. Take your time. See what's going on. Alright, so Craviator has appeared in chat, cheering on his JSR teammate. One of the newer guys on that team, but Suomi is really good at this game, and we can see he is checked out on the field.
As we kind of... we would consider if he was going to be able to convert his 1 lap pace into 200 lap pace, but at the moment, he's doing okay.
Yeah, he's hanging on pretty well right now. Had a little bit of a rough start with that crash, but it has not slowed him down at all.
Thing is, though, with how close Lobby A and Lobby B are, one crash could be enough to put you far enough behind. So we won't announce to that for another hour or so at least.
Yeah. So we've now found the bravest drone pilot in all of TORA to fly at 249 miles an hour in front of Bolts. You can see these cars just dance around on the concrete. It's crazy.
Bit of a move here.
Yeah.
I know it looks like sixth-place driver Overdrive's pulled back into line, but he's very interested in making the move very soon, I suspect.
Yeah,
He's got a very different line to everyone else.
Yeah, he's able to hold a little bit more speed on the inside than Drifting Hero is, and I think that might come into play later on in this run. Maybe he'll work with Dr. Chair to try to get around them both. But Overdrive likes to study people for the first half of the race, and then at the end, he'll just pick you apart. I've experienced it myself in TASCAR time and again. Alright, so we'll come back to this battle momentarily, but it looks like Zeta has actually caught back up to Corey now. After that running out of gas issue that he had earlier. So he twisted as well, giving Corey a nice tow.
How far in was he when he ran out?
I think he ran 1 lap too far, so probably coming into turn 3. Right about here.
Oof.
Ooh, dangerously close to twisted there. I wouldn't do that. Oh, no. Okay.
Whoa, God.
Right, so they've gotten around him nice and clean.
So this is a battle for position?
It is, yeah. For top 10, Zeta and Corey.
Okay.
With Robo 1 lap behind and Twisted 1 lap behind Robo. So let's move back up now to that battle for 4th position. Dr. Chair is still bringing up the rear of those 4. Only a 10th behind Overdrive, who's only a 10th behind Drift, who's only a 10th behind Bolts. It's that close, folks.
You can see why people love this sort of racing. His chair's just dropped back a bit here. Don't think he's got quite the overall pace of Steve with these 3. In all honesty, if they can break the draft, he might find himself dropping off quite quickly as well.
I think Chair may also just be playing it safe, giving himself a little room to react if there's another crash, because he was in that first incident on the 2nd lap. So Suomi's got 8.5 second lead on Dark Matter now, who is in turn a few seconds ahead of Zai. So the gaps are elongating at the front, but the middle is still really tight. No room to breathe for any of these drivers.
Ooh, don't think he was going to stick his nose out there.
Yeah. Now, we haven't seen many moves from Drifting Hero for position. Oh, Bolt's going around!
Whoa!
How did he... They all... Oh, big crash. Drifting Hero's taken them all out accidentally. Totally not intentional. But Bolts has gone around, as has Dr. Chair, as has Overdrive. So Overdrive's going to pit now.
I was just about to comment that I feel like a big incident's close.
Alright,
And
so there goes Corey, Zeta, Twisted. So where did Bolts end up in that? Did he actually save it? I think Bolts may have saved it. Wow. So Bolts somehow didn't crash.
He was sideways.
Yeah, he saved it. That is absolutely incredible. How? How? I'd love to know, because that just blows my mind.
That's ridiculous.
Absolutely incredible display of car control there from Bolts to pull that off. And that all started with Drifting Hero trying to get a move on Bolts, who came to defend. A little contact was made, and at 240 miles per hour, that's all it takes. Doesn't take much.
No. And I'm not even sure he touched him. It might have just been aero.
Yeah, it was probably just aero. Maybe maybe the littlest of taps, but it can happen. And when it happens in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
There's really no time to react when these things happen.
What it does is it gives Zai a bit of breathing room in third now.
So the pressure is now off of Zai, the pressure's off of Bolts. Drifting Hero didn't actually lose a spot in all of that, and he's still right behind Bolts. So the more things change, the more they say the same.
And it's
Alrighty.
not like got a good run on him here into turn one.
Yeah, he's probably going to be thinking twice about actually using it now, though, after what just happened.
Good point.
Now listen, I know this is a little biased because we share the same 3 letters in our gamer tag, but Drifting Hero has got to be feeling terrible right now. He did not want to do that.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
And he's the sort of guy that will put his hand up and go, "Oh, my bad, sorry."
Exactly. Whoa, okay, Suomi's done a 37.075 now.
Wow. And this director has... Whoa, that's fast. Apparently, Overdrive is not best pleased, as you can understand.
Yeah, he's lost a lap in all of that. So I wouldn't be too happy either. See, he may have actually just made his pit stop off cycle to get some fresh tires after spinning. Yeah, no, okay. So he's probably going to go another lap down then. So Overdrive, not happy. See where the leader is on track. So here's Overdrive. Oh, wow, okay. So on pace, Suomi is now lapping the field.
Oh, boy.
So that's what's happened. We'll be able to see it as we come off of turn number 4 here. You'll just be able to see the Corey and Zeta off in the distance, just going by the scoring tower now. We'll head up to Corey now to show you. Look behind, you see Twisted, and then you see off in the distance that little silver blur. That's Suomi, the race leader, approaching the halfway mark.
And this is on pace.
Yeah, this is on pace.
Is he good, what, 3 tenths of that faster at the moment?
About 3 tenths a lap, yeah, or 3 tenths of a second.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
3 tenths a lap, that'd be freaking crazy.
Yeah, it would. And you see Corey just tap the wall there.
He didn't slow him down too much.
Yeah, you can hear him actually upshifting halfway down the straights, trying to save a little fuel there. And there's Suomi in the pits, so we're going to jump back now to see where Dark Matter comes by. Should be right about now. There he goes. And these two are on their own straight. That's how farther ahead they are. See if Zai comes into the pits this time. Yes, he does. Pulls out from behind Robo.
We have a lag out.
No.
No, that's from another lobby.
Yeah. No, we're good. Alright, so also coming into the pits is Bolts, which means that should be Coca Gamer. And then behind, we have Corey and I believe Twisted coming in as well. And Overdrive. So now we'll see... Okay, the leader has come into the pits. That's going to be Dark Matter. See how much time he loses now to Swomy. Lots of cars in front of Dark Matter coming out of the pits. There goes Bolts. Or Robo, actually, excuse me.
So interesting to see where he comes out here.
Yeah, he's still going to be in
Because-
second. There goes Swomy. And that was another lap car. No, actually, it was mid-lane Zeta. So Zeta is still out there because he ran out of fuel. Hopefully he learns his lesson and pits this time.
What sort of percentage are we looking at per lap here? About 5%?
Yeah, just a tick under 5%.
Okay, so yeah.
He should have about 2 or 3 when he comes into the pit lane.
Is he going to do it this time? He'd have to, surely.
Alright, so Zeta's officially
Zeta.
crazy. maybe he knows something we don't. Okay.
Okay.
Right then.
Okay, Zeta.
I feel like we have to watch this through to fruition now.
Yeah, we do. He's at 0.
Yep. Should start coughing any second now.
Get on the speed tracker, would you?
Alright, there he
Yep,
goes.
He's
Yeah.
going. There he goes. There he goes. Yep.
Cool.
And into the wall for good measure.
Yep. Alright, well, Zeta's very much slow. He probably is just doing this for fun now. So, there's a crust to look at TLR Overdrive. He's now in the 12th position, so he's actually lost a spot to Robo Red. What am I even saying? No, he hasn't. Don't mind me.
Okay.
So, Overdrive still running.
I'm going
La-di-da-di-da.
to throw something here about Zeta. Could he be doing this on the purpose of trying to save a stop?
You know, he might, because the drivers are going to be having to make, I think, 9 pit stops. So if he's able to get down to 8 somehow, I don't know how, but if he does it, that would be really cool.
The math doesn't add up in my mind, but
Yeah,
potentially it could.
SFM's numbers man has appeared in chat, P. Fiechner, saying that if you ran out on purpose to gain an extra lap to save a stop is worth 40 seconds. So he's thinking that's what's happening here. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. We shall see in about an hour and a half's time. But right now,
It is a bold strategy.
the gaps are still expanding. Swomy's got 11 seconds over Dark Matter, who's got 11 seconds over Zai. That's about 2/3 of a lap. Yuko's still holding the 4th position. And that's going to put Drifting Hero in 5th, so he's gotten around Bolts. Not that they've gotten away from each other, but the position has swapped. Chair is about a half second back off of them. Koka Gamer 3 times that back in 8th position. Corey 5 seconds back, and then Zeta, Overdrive, Robo, and Twisted are laps down. So that's where we're at.
With 3 DNFs so far in this lobby. Did we have?
2. Avhersy and BDF 48.
Oh yeah, I counted Big Ben as a DNF. Of
Yeah.
course.
Now, just to demonstrate how much farther behind these guys are off of Swomy, look at that number 1 on the map. That's Swomy. Chair, Corey. Corey's actually just gone a lap down. So the Fernando Alonso machine has lost a lap.
GP2 injured. There's now a GP3 injured.
Oof. Ouch. And Twisted's gone another lap down, so now the next driver on the chopping block is Koka Gamer. He's got some good pace, so I don't think he's going to be giving it up too easily, but it is probably going to happen at some point during this race.
Ooh, that's 3 cars pretty close together again.
Yeah, that's Drift Bolt's chair again.
Yep. They were thinking about making it 3 wide off the 3, which is brave.
Yeah, it's not the most advisable thing in the world.
No. Yeah, Bolt's running the gearbox again as we go into white. Ooh, bit of grass, bit of lawn mowing there by Drift. That ain't going to help us that time.
No.
And it's going to give Bolt's a great chance looking into 3, I reckon.
Yeah,
And Cheer's right there as well.
he's just trying to protect that inside, but you don't want to go too far down or you're going to crash. And now I think we may have lost somebody.
And before it's you again.
I would laugh really hard. Ha! 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 Ha!
Quick, go to commercial.
Ha!
Oh, God.
Okay. Well, let's explain the Indianapolis Oval again for those of us who are just joining in. Chris, take it away.
You go around that way.
Perfect. The arrow indicates the direction. The turns indicate that you have to turn, and the straights indicate that you shouldn't be turning. So that's how it's gonna work. Very exciting stuff.
For those who want a few fun facts, this track's been here since 1909.
Yeah, it's old.
It's old, boy. Used to be entirely made of bricks.
Yep. Hence the brickyard. It's pretty cool. All right, and we have another commentator joining us in the booth for a little bit here, or not. All right, maybe he'll come back.
Going with a few more fun facts. So the banking, for those who are wondering, is 9.2 degrees. And get this right, for the fastest lap time around here, the race lap record, 237 miles an hour, which is 382 Ks.
Also known as too damn fast.
Yep. Who said that?
I think it was Ari Lyondike.
Was indeed.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little bit of history around this place. Of course, now there's got a couple of Grand Prix layouts and a motorcycle course, and I think there's a dirt oval somewhere as well nearby.
Yeah, there is a dirt oval inside the game.
And a golf course.
Or inside the game, rather. Inside the track, I should say.
Mm-hmm. And a golf course as well.
Yeah, there is a golf course. Hearing that Suomi may have crashed. Or made a pit stop. Trying to find out.
While we're
there we go. Okay, so we've made it back in. We've got our pictures back up. So this commercial break is now concluded. Thank you, Chris, for guiding us through that dark, mysterious time. And we're back in business.
I was going to ask you, does anyone have any tags on Lobby B on how they're tracking? There's a lot of cones on track right now, too.
Yeah. Alright, so let's try this again. LNP Grizz, can you hear us? Take two. Grizz, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Alright, perfect. So joining us in the booth is LNP Grizz, who was in the second lobby and is now not. So Grizz, why don't you tell us what happened to you?
So basically what happened was, I'll start off from the beginning. About lap 20-ish, I was coming into turn 4, was in a pack, got too close to the grass and spun out. Took the opportunity to pit, so I was about a lap down after the pit stops. And then I was fighting my way back, doing 21 laps while everyone was doing about 20 laps. And then around lap 80, I was able to pass a couple guys, and I went from 10th to 7th. But as going down to set, me and the guy were fighting for 7th, and went down the inside of him to turn 3. He pushed me down into the little bump through 3, so my car floated for midair for a second. When it came back down, I was in the head entry lane through the short chute, and my car went through another region, and I popped out in the lobby.
Alright, so you went into the Shadow Realm. Sorry to hear that, but it does happen sometimes.
I mean, we've just had half our lobby into the Shadow Realm again. We're going submarine again.
Yeah, fortunately, it seems like the pit crews have the ability to get the drivers out of the submarine realm, but it's very strange.
We don't have any yellow cars, do we? I'm in racing in a yellow submarine.
Ta-da! Let's see.
I
think we might have one, actually. We can loosely call Swomi's car yellow, because it's bronze.
Well, in our lobby, we had Lewis, so...
Yeah, the Menard's car. See, this is basically yellow, right? Basically?
No.
No.
That's no.
Bronze, or that's almost like the brushed gold.
You're ruining my fake news narrative, guys. Come on.
Yeah, why not Donald Trump? No fake news throughout.
Whew, okay. Moving on. So it looks like Suomi is now going to catch up to the back of Coca Gamer, who's in the 8th position. So Coca is in danger of going a lap down after 98 laps. And we're going to be seeing pit stops in about 4 laps. So keep your eyes peeled for that, gentlemen. We'll check Swomi's fuel here just to get a firmer number of that. That's not the right button. There we go. So Swomi's got 15% fuel. He's probably going to make 3 more laps here, 2 or 3 more.
Well, I reckon next time, so not this time, but next time by.
Yeah. So keep your eyes out for the pit stops. You should see some drivers maybe ducking in early. I know Dark Matter has been going in a little bit early. Observed this before. Starting lap number 100. Now remember, this is racing lap 98 because we had 2 out laps.
So 2 more laps to the Bon Jovi lap.
Swomi. 9% fuel. I think he can make it 1 more lap.
1 more?
Maybe.
Yep.
Yeah, you should be able. Yeah, you should be able to do about a lap with 4% fuel.
Yeah.
Give or take.
Plus, if
Yeah.
you cough, you're so close in anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, we've seen Zeta's coughed twice now.
Yeah, and this is actually going to be a really critical pit stop for a lot of these drivers because you see Corey, Zeta, and Overdrive are really close together. Chair, Drift, and Bolts are really close together, and then Yuko and Zai are really close together. So depending on how good of a pit entry you get, you might lose 3 or 4 spots here as we come into the pit cycle. See if these guys are still submarining, and they are. Perfect. Thank you for this wonderful memes. Alright, so we're going to see Swomi jump into the pits now. There he goes. Nice and fast entry. That's what you want to see. And we might see some drivers follow him in. These guys are... Oh my gosh, there's so many cars.
Ooh, get on that battle quickly. Get on that battle quickly, would you?
Trying. That's not the right battle. There we go. Jumping to Corey. So we got Twisted, Corey, Zeta, and Overdrive. So Overdrive, Corey, and Zeta are battling for position. Twisted is not. And these guys are going to be pitting. So this is going to be carnage, possibly.
It is.
Oh, Twisted, you're scaring me. Alright, Corey's on the inside. I think he's going to dive into the pits here. Yes, he is. The others are staying out. Oh my god, Twisted!
Whoa!
Bruh. That was the definition of an unsafe pit stop there. Not good at all. That was really, really scary. So, wow.
Meanwhile, just
Leaders in the pits.
Yep. Zai's coming out.
My milk boy.
Dark Matter's in the pits. Swomi will be coming through any second now. There he goes. So Swomi has retained the lead. Yuko is in third. Hearing that LSCM Crimson has disconnected from Lobby B lead. That's unfortunate.
just curious, Crimson, how far into that race were Lobby B?
Yeah, what lap are you on? Cryman in chat. Alright, so Yuko's coming out of the pits now. Drifting Hero and Dr. Chair are still in, which means we're going to get a really good battle as soon as these guys come out of the pits. So, oh, Drifting Hero almost wrecks in the out lane. So Chair made the pass in the pit exit lane. Go Chair.
I don't think that was actually Chair. I reckon was the kid that still controlled it?
I have no idea. Oh, here's Bolts. 3 wide. Not quite, okay. So Bolts takes the spot back. There's still a couple of guys who have to pit still, including Midland Zeta. Let's see if he's going to try to stretch it again, because this seems to be a fan favorite. Midland Zeta. Going to try to make it in again.
Fuel number is
2.8. So he's doing it again. No, he's not, okay. He's learned his lesson.
Gonna say two times out of 3. Come on, man.
Yeah. So Zeta is not going to try that again. Lesson learned. But he might get some ground back now. We'll jump back to Bolts to see where these two come around. Now
I get bounced.
look into
Nope.
the pit lane here for Zeta's car, you'll see the black and pink blur as we go by. There he is. Alright, so Zeta's going to not really gain anything by doing that, but see if we can figure out his strategy later on. But right now we've got this great battle between Bolts, Dr. Chair, and Drifting Hero.
Oh, wow.
Alright, so Chris, I know you said you had the issue early on. What lap did you have your issue on?
It's like lap 81 or 82.
And that
It
was
was-
about 20 minutes ago?
Yes, that was about, yeah, it was going to be the 4th stop for our race.
Alright, so B Lobby's probably on like lap 140 right now.
Wait, no, I was in C lobby with Lewis,
Okay, C Lobby.
but that too. But yeah, B lobby's probably around the same if they didn't have any issues.
Okay.
Ooh, drifting here down the inside of the
Oh,
Doge
wow,
Queen machine.
Chair went around the outside.
Yeah, he almost actually took Chair out there. Drift had to lift out of that. Would have been
Yeah,
very
Chair's-
scary.
Oh, and Swomy's just on the back of these guys now.
And I think Zai may have just had an issue because Yuko passed him. Okay, no, Yuko just drove around him. So Yuko has reeled in Zai and passed him now. Very good racing there for those two Brits. So what is a dam? Is it like some Gen
It's a
Z
quote.
saying thing, or?
No, it's a quote from our boy Smitty. Basically instead of damn, it's damned. It's just it's just like sort of a joke.
Ah,
Um,
take your word for it.
yeah, I've looked at the word on Urban Dictionary. I can't read out the description.
That bad?
Potentially.
Is it TOS bad?
It's got the R word I don't like saying.
Ah,
Right then, moving on. So
Yeah.
we're past the halfway point of the race here. We forgot to buzz, so zzz.
Well, we're over halfway there.
My ears.
it's. I think
And-
Swomy's just sitting back and letting the draft pull him in now with these guys battling.
Suomi's about to catch the crazy hard battle. Oh no!
Yeah,
Oh no!
I-
Oh, no.
I think it would be smart if he just stayed back and let the
Well-
draft carry him, because if he tries to get in the middle of this, things could end badly for all 4 of them.
Now, for
Yeah,
all these
and-
guys, if they go a lap down, that's game over for them because they won't be able to complete lap 200.
Mm.
And I think Swami. Oh no, he's right down the inside. He's
Oh, chair!
That was
chair,
Chair.
chair let him through.
Chair's just not dealing with that.
fair enough too. I think Cheer's pretty smart about that. I don't think the issue will be quite as controversial though.
Actually, I think they just let him
And-
through.
Wow. Swomey from the out.
Whoa,
Oh
3
my
wide.
God, he just
Whoa,
got
whoa,
almost
whoa,
into the
whoa.
wall there, and
Alright.
chair.
So Suomi has made it through. I guess maybe there are blue flags. Hearing from Craviator that Luke is a god. Luke is Suomi. So
I wouldn't say he's a god. I'd just say he's a damn fine racer.
yeah. Yeah, he is not messing around here.
Yeah, before I lagged out in C lobby, there was this guy who had crashed earlier. So he was on an off. He was really off sequence, like by at least 5 or 6 laps. So I was able to catch up to him, which helped me catch up to the guys I had lost ground to earlier. But sometimes the lap cars can need it back.
Number 113 here. So the top 4 are the only guys on the lead lap now. That is amazing.
Jeez, that's crazy. The pace here is hot.
And
I think we may have lost somebody.
I would be surprised if that's me.
No,
Nope,
I'm-
was not me.
Nope. Somebody's disconnected. It might have been Zeta. No? Overdrive. Overdrive has quit. So we've lost TLR Overdrive from a lap down. Can't say I blame him, but it's got to sting just the same for him.
Mm-hmm. Well, considering how much time they invested in this race through yesterday and today, and all the time they put into it prior, and it's not like other TORA series where these, they race these cars for a year.
Yeah, this is kind of a one and done thing.
So, damn, man, that sucks, eh?
Yeah, so Overdrive's out. Hate to see it, but it does happen sometimes.
It do be like that sometimes.
Yeah. Oh man.
Shame.
Drifting and these guys are just nose to tail. There's like, you can barely fit a piece of paper between them down the straights.
Yeah. And just looking ahead, Swomi's already out of camera range almost.
Jesus.
He's just out driving these guys.
What's it?
Imagine he laps everyone. Like, that'd be nuts.
He basically frees out all of A lobby from winning the race if he did that. Even if he crashed. He could put a James Hinchcliffe and still probably win it.
Yeah, that's true.
Here we go down the... Ooh, bolts. That was ballsy.
Are you saying that Bolts has a lot of nuts?
Get out of my... yeah.
I've been thinking of that one for about 10 minutes now, so that took up a lot of brain power.
I can smell your brain overheating from here.
Thank you. Alright, so just looking behind, it looks like Coca Gamer is actually catching up to these guys.
Yes,
just a little bit
he is
now.
a lap down, I believe.
Not to them, they're on the same lap.
Oh, they are on the same lap. Okay. I thought he was supposed to... Yeah, the mark was different. I thought he was... Alright, so this should be fun.
Mm-hmm. 12-car battle with 80 laps to go starts to get a bit serious now.
There's
At
only
what point do you...
3 pit stops left. Sorry, Chris, go ahead.
I was going to say, at what point do you start getting a bit more serious and start racing a bit harder?
Now.
Now? Fair enough.
Yeah, usually halfway is when everything kicks in. It's like, alright, no looking back.
Yep. See, we'll wait for someone to put out the path to Dark to Dive Bomb.
If somebody pulls off a Dark to Dive Bomb on an oval, something has gone horribly wrong.
You want to say, that relies on you outbreaking someone. You don't do that.
You know, guys, while we jumped back here, Chair got around Drift and Bolts.
Hey.
So, at some point in the last couple of laps, Chair has passed them both, and Drift's going to try to get him back on the inside. Fails out of it.
Drift got very close to him on the exit of 3, and I think he's going to get him here.
No, Chair's going to get the better run on the outside lane. And here we go. Lap number 119.
So 117 in race lap.
Correct. Just had a short chat with Graviator. He found Swomi through PCAR's oval leaderboards, and this is the battle for third between Yuko and Zai. They are right on each other.
Because Yuko's getting some help from Corey. I was watching that battle before I got back.
Yeah. Well, Corey's now behind both of them, so that's going to be... It's probably not going to be too much of a factor here, but if he can catch up to Zai, maybe he'll help him get around because they are teammates. And we've lost somebody else.
You.
Before it's me again, I'd laugh.
If I'm joining Pack, as you're joining...
This is just fantastic.
Memes. Thank you, turn 10.
This is the best day of my life.
Welcome to the TORA radio show with some form of Indianapolis coverage.
So here's our Indianapolis track map once again. And Grizz, you can take the honors this time. Tell us what we're looking at here.
I'm not in yet. I'm just looking at a screen that says starting multiplayer.
Grizz, please do not join the lobby. Yeah, just use the screen share.
Well, I see a track map. That's about it.
Yep, yeah, that's the track map for the Indianapolis Oval. So I guess, Chris, you can explain what we're looking at this time.
Well, I don't know. Don't see much.
You see the big oval thing on the track, on the
Oh
the screen?
yeah, I just see an outline. I see an arrow showing which way we go around the track. I see the logo with the brickyard. Nice touch. I see the start finish location.
Cool,
Yeah,
cool.
that's about it.
And
Yeah,
which way do you drop?
Alright, looks like we're joining in right as pit stops are happening. So, coming back for Phase 3 of our Indianapolis coverage today.
4.
Phase 4, yeah, you're absolutely right, Chris. Try this again. Here we go. Back on board with Swami. Looks like we're going to have some submarines on track. Corey is
Yep.
one of them. So this means that Dark Matter should be your leader at the moment. Yes, he is, going into the pits. Very good. And also in the pits, we have Coca Gamer Bolts, which means that Drift and Hero will be coming in the next lap probably. Haswell Chair. Here comes Swami. Take the lead again. There he goes. And this means Yuko and Zai will also be coming in. So here's Yuko. You can see Zai just behind him. And coming by, I believe that's going to be Dr. Chair on top of Drift and Hero. That's not good.
That's not going to end. Whoa! That didn't end. Already didn't end well. We had a car going under the other.
All right, so these two should come out right into that big battle with Bolts and company. So
cheers. Oh, yeah, there we go.
All right.
Oh.
What's life without a little pit lane violence, right?
Yep.
I mean, it is Indy. We saw what happened at Indy with Will Cow and other guys this season, this year.
Yeah, Elio ran into the back of somebody. It happens.
James Davison.
I think it was actually, yeah.
Yep, the Aussie bloke.
Yeah.
The Aussies did not have the NTPDs did not have a good Indy500. Scott Dixon also had issues.
So that big battle from before is now broken up a little bit. Bolts has lost some ground, as has Coca, and that's going to give Drift and Chair some breathing room. Robo at Midnight up to 6th on pit cycle. He's going to lose it all now in the pit lane. So there he goes. So Robo's actually making some end rounds by virtue of not having to battle. He's catching up a little bit.
Oh,
Still a ways back, but he's getting there.
Ever since his first lap issues, he's just been able to run his own race and just do what he can.
Indeed.
I know he was nervous as all hell coming into it, so glad to hear he's doing all right.
Yep. Here's the Fernando Alonso Praise Be Unto Him machine. Still running. I think Corey made his pit stop already. And he has.
Can you please give it the full team name one more time?
Fernando Alonso Praise Be Unto Him. The greatest racing driver of all time whose greatness knows no equal. I think that's it.
I'm sure there's more to it, but...
Yeah, alright, so here's Midland Zeta. Let's see if he can actually get through the exit without spinning this time.
Oof.
Is Zeta running the clutch? Listen for his upshift. It sounds like he's running the clutch.
You wouldn't?
So Zeta might be on a fuel-saving strategy here. Interesting.
Puts more point to his running out intentionally.
Yeah. And it also looks like Zai has lost a ton of ground on Yuko. They were nose to tail before, but now they're not. Not even close. But Corey and Robo are now nose to tail, 4 position, 1 lap behind Yuko and Zai. But still just as racy. Yes, you don't want to watch your team cars crash each other, because that would just be bad.
Wait, you pay our bills?
That's funny. That implies I have money. Okay. So back to work here. We got Corey chasing down Robo, fighting for the top 10 spot in the top split. Still going after it. Chris, can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yep.
I can. My internet's just being its usual Australian self.
Perfect, perfect. So it's upside down and very hot.
As you call 7 degrees Celsius very hot, yes.
Ah, that sounds perfect. See
Yeah,
if
if I
Corey
remember
goes for the move on Robo. He's thinking about
Bolts
it.
got past, drifted.
Did he now?
Yep, got him down the front.
Ah. You are correct. So Bolts has gotten around Drifting Hero. Coca Gamer is up on the tail of them. And Chair is now clear. So some
Heroes
passes are
looking very
happening
racy.
here.
And then if they keep battling like this, Bolts drifted, and they're gonna let Chair get away.
Yeah,
Now
that's the
Coco's on the back.
That's the thing with Chair. He's fast, but if you can keep him in striking distance, you've got a chance. Once he's gone, he's gone.
And now Coco Gamer's looking to the back of drifted.
You can see that black Cessna car there on the gearbox.
They are now bump drafting like it's NASCAR.
Not sure where you're seeing that, but take your word for it.
It looks on my screen, like the angle, I guess.
So Robo is, or
Ooh,
that's
Bolts, I think,
Bolts.
got into the wall.
Yep. And Drift just ran into the back of him. Coca's on the inside of Drift. Going for position.
And I
Is he
think
going to
could
get both of them?
Yeah, he's got both of them there, I think.
Not quite.
No.
He's not going to get
No.
Bolts. At least not yet.
You might get him in 2.
Yeah, he's going to have the compromised exit, though. Let's see who Drift sides with.
Oh,
Drift is sticking with Bolts.
Bolts had a bit of a wiggle though, coming off 2.
Oh, this is going to get
We
really
have a 2 wide
dangerous.
again.
A little bit of oversteer from Coca. Still side by side with Bolts. And Drifting Hero is going to side with the low line. Is he going to get by Bolts as well? He's alongside, but I don't think he's got enough speed. No, not quite.
Coco might have it here.
And Coca is clear. So an amazing pass from Coca Gamer on Drifting Hero and Bolts. Excellent work there to get that pass completed.
And Bolts did well to lose one spot on that as well.
Yeah, you really hang on well there.
Whoa, Bolts on the inside on the grass.
Swomi has gotten around Zai. Wrong
So
Zeta.
Zai is now a lap down. Wow.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate. You can see
But,
the bronze
however,
car.
Zai is sticking with Swomi for now.
He did that before as well. He stuck with him for a good 15 laps and then only just lost him.
So let's see. Zai can keep the draft. He could probably stick with him for a bit. It looks like now they're both catching up to... Who's that? That's...
It's going to be Yuko
Yeah.
probably.
No, Corey and Robo
Robo.
battle for 10. And then just ahead of them, I believe, is Yuko coming out of turn 2.
Check on that again. So it is indeed Robo and Corey fighting for the 11th position, with Yuko just a half corner ahead. Meanwhile, the battle we were watching earlier, we've still got Drifting Hero, Bolts, and Coca Gamer really close to each other. This might last until the end here, assuming no death happens on the pit stops. It's getting hairy.
Joe still has a decent gap to...
Ooh,
Group
Drifting
behind
Hero
him.
right on him. Here we go for Drifting Hero on the inside of 2.
3 wide!
Whoa!
Whoa!
Wow.
Big chop
Coca's-
there from Coca. And they all hang on. No change in position.
Oh, cone goes flying.
Yeah, that four cone has had a hard life.
Yeah, a lot of these cones have.
It's kind of a tradition to abuse the cones in Forza. It's just a way of life.
Just don't get too close to the cones or else they'll bite you.
Hashtag just Forza things.
We jump back up to Zai. He's still hanging with Swami here. Maybe trying to use his toe to catch up to Yuko, who's only the short shoot ahead between 3 and 4. He's not that far ahead. Only a couple
is
seconds.
And then they'll be catching Corey, and I believe that is Robo.
Yeah.
Corey.
Correct. That is Robo.
And then they'll have even more of a draft. So who knows?
So still riding on board with the Spitty car for Zai.
Yes.
Let's check on that battle for the 11th or 10th and 11th position.
Yes. Yeah, my milk bag brother doing us proud.
All right, and we are hearing that Kiwi Chris has to leave us now. So thank you again, Chris, for sticking with us for as long as you have. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, sorry that Australia Internet's being a part of you know what. So it's going to be a good race. It's going to be a shame. I'll have to catch up the rest of it. Been fun to bring it to you guys anyway. Enjoy the rest of the race.
Thanks again.
All right. Bye, Chris.
And then there were two.
Yes.
So we're still on board with the Fernando Alonso machine here, chasing down Robo Red Midnight. You can see Swomy and Zai in the background. This is going to get hairy because these two are entitled to race for their own positions, but they don't want to impede the leader if they can help it. And we're also approaching pit stops.
Tristan's on the inside of Coca down the short chute of 3 and 4. Side by side now, I believe. Coming down the front.
There, oh yeah, there he is. So Coca on the outside, Drift on the inside. Is he going to stay into turn 1? He's still on the inside.
And he's cleared him, and now Bolt could have the opportunity out of 2.
Yeah, Bolt's going to drive right by. And he's got the inside on Drift now coming in turn 3.
Oh boy.
This could be
Could
good.
this be a double?
Yeah, Bolt's is just going to sail on by there, but Drift is still on his wheel. See if he can bring it back down in front of Coca, and he does. So Drift makes a pass and then promptly loses the spot to a different driver. And that's Indy. You can see Coco's looking on the inside as well. Don't want to squeeze too hard or you might take everybody out. Crazy stuff here. And now let's jump back to Swomy as he's catching up to these two even more now. Remember, these guys are going to be pitting in about 2 laps, so you don't want to get too far ahead.
Is Zai still on his tail, or is he dropped off?
He's still there.
That's good.
Just a little behind. And then I think that's Twisted as well. So these guys have all made it around Twisted. Going down a 3rd lap.
Unfortunate for Twisted after qualifying 9.
Hearing that somebody wrecked in turn 4, that was probably Twisted. So,
yeah, turn 4's a little awkward with the curbing.
it's tricky. Alright, so here's Swomy. Let's see if he jumps into the pit lane, and he does. So from the lead, Swomy is our first pitter. Nobody's followed him in thus far, so we'll see.
Zai's now back on the lead lap.
Yep. Alright, so we're on board with Swomy in the pit lane. He's the only one. Somebody's hit some cones. And Dark Matter is still in turn 4. So there is an absolutely massive gap between the first 2 drivers now. And Dark Matter is going to stay out for another lap. So he's getting a little bit better economy than Swomy is. You can see the pass about to happen. There it goes. So Dark Matter in the lead for a little bit of time now. He's going to have to relinquish it when he makes his stop. We're going to be seeing some more drivers come into the pits very soon. I imagine Bolts might jump in this time around. And there he goes. Perfect.
That's
And Coca. So Drift is still out. That might actually hurt him in the long run because he doesn't have a drafting partner now for a couple of laps. So here goes Bolts into his pit lane stop. Somebody else is coming in as well. That's going to be Dark Matter. So there's Dark Matter. See where Swomy comes around. It should be very shortly. Here he is. There goes your race leader. And I believe Zai is now also in the pit lane with Yuko. So positions 3 and 4 are both in the pit lane. Twisted as well. There he goes. And everybody's in the pit lane. Here comes Dr. Chair. Right behind him is going to be Drifting Hero. Busy pit lane here in Indianapolis. Yuko should be coming out as well, just a few seconds in front of these guys. So the number 100 is now on the exit lane coming back in. Is he going to stay on the lead lap? I think he should. What do you think, Grizz?
From the looks of it, he should have a decent gap. However, if Swomi's catching some of the other guys coming out of the pits, he should be able to slingshot like that.
So that's going to put Zai back 1 lap down, your teammate for this race.
Unfortunate.
And it looks like Swomi has lost a little bit of speed to Yuko. Not that much, but just a little bit. And now we're going to see Corey and Zeta, or Corey and, just Corey in the pits. Which means that Zeta from second should be making his pit stop very shortly. He's got 3%. He should be coming in this time. But we've seen Zeta do some crazy stuff so far. Maybe he'll stay out again. We'll find out in a second. And Zeta's going to make his pit stop, so that'll conclude the cycle. There he is. And let's see how that battle has shaken up for the 7th position. Drifting Hero has lost out, just a little bit behind there. And we are now going to be watching Coca Gamer try to take down Bolts for the 7th position. So these guys are going to all pass mid lane Zeta now as we go through the pit lane. Any second now we'll see it. Alright, yeah, so they've passed him now. So this is now the battle for the 6th position between Coca Gamer and Bolts. Coca's on the inside. Got a wheel in there. Drift's still hanging in. You really get the sensation of speed when you change to the corner cameras. It's a little hard to appreciate it when you're just in the onboard.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, but the flybys are just so much faster. It's crazy. Question in chat from Martin WV21. Why only fuel and tires? It is to avoid mass DNFs. Yes, we don't want one person's mistake to impede everybody else's race. And as we say that, it looks like Drifting Hero has caught back up to Bolts.
That is true.
Right on his gearbox, the same battle from earlier is continuing. Dr. Chair continuing to extend a little bit away from these three. Not by much, but every little bit counts on the oval. And we'll see if Bolts and Drift can work together again to get around Coca Gamer. These guys have been together for like the past 100 or so laps, ever since that earlier crash, which we clipped.
Yep.
Big wiggle from Bolts. So Swomi has 26 seconds on Dark Matter, who's got 9 on Yuko, and then everybody else is a lap behind. So only the top 3 have survived Swomi's onslaught. Very impressive display from Swomi.
Probably one of the most dominating ones I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is just absolutely incredible driving.
If bar something major, this could go down in history of TORA.
And remember, he was also pretty far back earlier because of that crash, so he's made up about a quarter of a lap and then put 2/3 of a lap on last year's race winner. That's how fast he's been going.
Wow.
Take a look here to see if there's any other battles on track. We're at that awkward phase of the race where almost everybody's really spread out, so there might not be for some time here. But it does look like the battle for 10th is still on between Robo and Corey, so we'll take a look at that.
That is correct. And Swomi is edging ever so close to the Yuko, from what I can see.
He's got that 1 to 2/10 a lap advantage over Yuko. And it's not that Yuko is slow, it's just that Swomi's on another level today.
Yeah. It's not that any of these guys are slow, it's just there's fast and there's Swomi.
Yeah. Coming down the back straight here, lap number 151. Remember, we're going to the end of lobby lap 202. So we're at approximately 3/4 race distance here.
It'd be 50 to go this time by, I believe.
Still on board with the Fernando Alonso praise be unto him Honda.
The irony of that car was made even more aware, like, is more pronounced once Alonso didn't qualify for the actual race.
Yeah, and that was not lost on Corey. He was bemused. I mean, he was sad for Alonso, don't get me wrong, but the meme just became that much more funny.
I would agree with that. It appears Drifton's dropped off a bit. I wonder what happened. Might have touched the wall at some point.
So Bolts and Coca are a little bit in front. You are correct. Yeah, he must have pancaked the wall. That's kind of unusual for Tristan Hero to drop back like that, unless he's trying to save fuel, maybe.
Yeah, there's a chance he probably just understeered and caught the safer barrier coming out of one of the turns.
Yeah, these walls are not nice. If you hit them, you'll get stuck to it for a couple seconds sometimes. And let's take a moment to appreciate the tire wear. Normally, you'd expect the right front to be taking most of the abuse on an oval, but it looks like the right rear is actually taking most of the damage from Drifting Hero.
I noticed that in testing. Like, you figured it'd be like the right front would wear flicker first, and then the right rear.
Yeah, well, because that would make sense.
It's the other way.
Let's check Swami to see if his tire is wearing the same way.
He is on the back of Yuko now.
He's chasing him down, little by little. Still probably got a couple laps before Yuko has to deal with him. Lap 155. And you can see every time the timing loops goes through, Swami is still in the point one. Nobody else has been able to even do that once, and he's been doing it over 100 times. This is just dominance. So Dark Matter, 3/4 of a lap behind now. Yuko a little bit more. And we're still on board with Swami chasing down Yuko. So let's take a look from Yuko's perspective how things are going. See if we can gain some insight here. Look at the tire wear. You can see that he's wearing the tires pretty much the same as Swami, so they're probably running similar pressures. Not too much difference in the fuel as well. So it's really just down to that consistency for Swami.
Well, Dark, I have to bounce for a little bit. I am needed by a parental authority for some help with yard work, so I will try to make it back. But if not, I'm sorry to leave you alone.
It's quite alright.
As Yuko lets Swami by.
Yeah, you heard the liftoff there. Alright, Well, thanks for joining, Grizz. Hope your yard work goes well. Wear gloves and nice shoes that you don't care about getting dirty.
Yep. Bye.
Alright, see you later.
Oh, see ya.
Alright, and if anybody in our Twitch chat would like to hop in to say hello to myself and Ben, who just joined in, feel free. Hello, Ben. How you doing?
Good.
That was like perfect timing for you, man.
Well, I was surrounding my computer and I heard you say that. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yep. So we've got TORA's Vice President AX4X Big Ben back in the booth. So Ben, we're on lap 158 of 203. Swami has put everybody except for Dark Matter a lap down, and Dark Matter is 3/4 of a lap down right now. Have you ever seen a run this dominant before from a driver?
No, I have not.
So Swami is bringing the pain today.
He is bringing the pain. I'm correct in assuming that everyone has to finish lap 202 before the end of the race. Is that correct? Like, they aren't going to just stop when Sorby stops, right? Because there's a lot of people who's not going to be able to finish.
See, that's what I wasn't sure about. That's what I wasn't entirely sure about, because I thought it was just everybody stops and the leader stops. But if everybody has to keep going, then that would make sense. I think everyone has to keep... I would assume everyone has to keep going just so we hit everyone's final time. Yeah, and we'll try to get confirmation of that from the field here. Not sure what's going on. We'll try to get that answer when we can. Yeah. But no, Swarmy is putting on an amazing show. The last couple
minutes that I've been sitting here watching is that I'm noticing he's getting much farther down into the corner of the apex than some of the other drivers are. So that's probably what's letting him carry just a little bit of more corner speed. And he's doing it consistently every lap. He's hitting his marks, which, is what you want when you're a racing driver.
Yeah, it's all about that consistency, and when there's only 4 corners, it matters even more.
Yep.
All right, so
Yeah, I've also been greatly enjoying this battle between Bolts and Coca here.
yeah, and intermittently through the race, it was also with
Drift,
Drifted Chair as well.
Yeah. I saw Drift kind of drift. I saw Drift kind of drift back. I didn't see what happened to Chair though.
Yeah, Chair's actually
Oh.
checked out. He's ahead of these guys a bit.
Okay.
He had a
Let's see if
couple
it-
of free laps there where he just checked out on the field.
Yeah,
So you can
and
see he's going in turn 3 right now.
I was
and
here for
Coca-
when there was that accident where Drift spun Bolts, but Bolts kept going, but it completely destroyed Overdrive.
Yeah, we saw Overdrive left the race about a half hour after that happened.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I got a message from him later that said that he's just so disappointed and he literally has a headache right now. So
yeah. Well, I can't say I blame him. You put a lot of effort into this race, practicing, tuning, just getting ready, and then boom.
I too have also been getting nervous every time someone gets near Twisted.
Yeah, Twisted, he's a really nice guy, really good enthusiasm, but he's been a bit of a hazard today. Not necessarily his fault. He's been having some issues with his wheel. But it's a little scary, and we're making pit stops. Here we go, boys. Pit stops are happening.
One of the first times that I shared a track with Twisted was towards 8 Hours of Spa last year, and he was in the prototype class, and I was leading GT at the time, and I came up over to, and I can't think of the quarter names right now, the first chicane after El Rouge and Radion.
Lacombe.
Thank you. Came up to that, and he's sideways in the tire barrier.
It's not good.
No.
All right. Sorry to interrupt, Ben, but I can now confirm from SFM Zai that everybody completes lap 202, even if a lap down.
That's what I thought. Okay, that makes sense. Based on the scoring. Anyway, so a couple of GT cars pass him, and then he almost wrecks a couple of GT cars trying to come back to the field.
Also,
I don't think Twisted and his wheel are agreeing with each other right now.
Also hearing from Zai that Twisted almost took out Dr. Chair coming into the pit lane. And we see Drifting Heroes in the pits, Chair's coming out, there's Twisted, there's Bolts. Oh god, violence.
Sports replays, everybody.
Yay! Alright, so Drift and Bolts are together again. Twisted is a little bit ahead, Chair's gotten a few more seconds, and there's Coca Gamer. So by pitting one lap early, he has gotten a bit of a gap there over Drifting Hero and Bolts.
Yeah, Drift was able to actually get past Bolts in the pits. Probably, I don't know whether it was they just had a faster pit stop or just a better entrance, but Bolts actually lost a lot of time there.
Yeah. Also hearing from our analyst, Snalf, that he's thinking the last stops will take place on lap 182, such that everybody can just run to the end, because if you run out on the last lap, it doesn't matter, because the race is over.
True.
So that's what we're thinking here. Should be the last couple of drivers making their pit stops any second now. Midland Zeta should be coming in about 3, 2, 1. Oh, perfect timing. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
So there's
Poor
Zeta.
Zeta has been having a rough race, hasn't he, though?
Yeah, he got taken out early on. He spun in the pit exit. He ran out of gas. He's just sticking with it, putting the effort in.
Yep. You know what to say. Best laid plans. And all that.
Yeah. Hey, you're the history major. You should know.
Oh, yeah. History is pretty much a long, long tale of people thinking it's going to go one way and then it going completely the opposite.
Yep. All right, so MLZ out of the pits now, and here is the battle between Drift and Coca. And
now,
wait a second. Is Zeta in this battle now? Zeta's in the battle.
I think he might be in this battle. Oh.
So Zeta has taken back basically a half lap of distance and is now within striking range of Drifting Hero and Bolts. So a great recovery from Zeta. He was about a half lap behind these guys 15 minutes ago, and now he's on their gearbox almost. So go Zeta.
Yeah, we know Zeta can do a 2 at 37.2 on his own. So with these guys all battling, they're probably slowing each other down. So they're probably doing 37.5s, 37.4s. So if Zeta just keeps up his momentum, he's going to be able to get past these guys pretty effectively, especially considering they're too wide ahead of him.
Yeah, we can actually look at the lap times of each driver per lap as we go through here. So you can see a lot of guys running 0.4, Suomi casually running a 0.157, because why not?
Yeah, as you do.
As you do. Every
as
lap.
you do.
Yeah. You can see Zeta running a 0.46 there on his first time lapped, Robo 4.9. Again, a lot of these guys are going faster than qualified. We expected this. Yuko 0.2. And now we get to see what happens with Zeta. There's Twisted. Alright, so Bolts and Drifting Hero got around Twisted, who's in the wall. Okay.
Yeah, I think Twisted just got out of everyone's way just to, not cause further death.
Yeah. And after a certain point, you really should just do that. It's just a safety thing. So,
yeah.
good
No
call
one
for
wants to be
Twisted.
that guy.
Yeah. As Suomi casually runs a 0.141 there.
Again, as you do.
Yeah. Dark Matter. Now remember, Dark Matter destroyed everybody last year, set the time record, and he's 2.5 tenths basically a lap slower than the race leader.
Yep.
This is insanity. And
This
Zeta's
is
going to make it
insanity.
3 wide, maybe? No, not quite. Okay, they settled down.
Zeta, remember what I said about no one wants to be that guy?
Don't be that guy, Zeta.
Don't be that guy, Zeta.
Oh,
You're very
Drift's going to block.
close to becoming that guy.
Alright, so Drift called that one wrong. Is he doing it again? Okay, nope. Zeta's going to stick on the high line, jumps back in.
Yeah, the last thing we want to do right now is to cause a massive wreck this close to the end.
Yeah. I really wish that those board lights actually worked. It'd be really cool.
Yes, but unfortunately this is Forza, not Gran Turismo, or iRacing,
True.
or Assetto Corsa,
True.
or Race Room.
Yeah. Repeat ad nauseam. Oh, a little contact there. Zeta ran over the left rear of Drifting Hero. And if this was a real car, he'd be in the fence upside down right now.
Yeah. And I hope I made my point in that last statement. Just saying.
Yeah. Alright. Suomi just ran a 37.0. Suomi ran a 37.0. Just absolutely
if he needs
insanity.
a 36, if he needs a 36.9, just end the race, give him the trophy, and say, "Here you go."
Yeah.
Be mad.
Yeah, it was probably a draft-assisted lap, though. So impressive, but not as impressive as it could have
Something
been.
we need to do this week is we need to get Swarmy a glass of milk and get a picture.
Yes.
Because that is Indy tradition, and Dark Matter was more than happy to oblige last year.
Attaboy. Alright, so Zeta is all over the back of Drifting Hero. We've seen a lot of moves from these guys earlier in the race. We've seen it from Bolts and Drift the whole race, and now Zeta's going for it. He's on
Zeta's
the inside.
going for it.
Nope, backed out.
No.
Discretion, the better part of valor there.
Yes. Again, no one wants to be that guy.
Don't be that guy.
And cover strength. Zeta's got a run, though. Zeta's got a mega run compared to these other two.
He's not going to do anything with it, though.
No. I expect this to probably go on for the next 30 laps or so.
And we're going to see those final pit stops starting in about 6 or 7 minutes, so keep your eyes peeled. Chair running a 0.3, very good. Oh man, those cars just look so unstable.
I find it hilarious that we did open tuning, but it basically became, you want to be fast? Go grab Zeta's tune.
Yeah, Zeta shared his tune in
Zeta-
qualifying, everybody used it.
I'm not sure what Zeta did to these cars, but he made them quick. I mean, not swarmy quick, but they're still quick.
Yeah.
Still very quick.
Oh yeah, super quick. Alright, so Yuko's been gaining by about 1.5 tenths on Dark Matter every lap. I don't think he's got enough laps to make it up, but he's hanging in there. And let's just update everybody on how far back Dark Matter is now from Swomy. So number 1 is Swomy, number 2 is Dark Matter. So
Uh-oh.
oh no. Hold your horses, everybody.
This could get entertaining.
Yeah, Swomy may be about to stamp his seal of dominance on this race if he can lap everybody. He's gotten Yuko. He's only about 3 seconds behind Dark Matter now.
Yeah.
This is
I
amazing.
also want to point out that there's a lot of names in this lobby that TASCAR races will be familiar with seeing. Bolts has won several oval rounds. Dark Matter is always in the top 5 competing during oval rounds. Noodle is a former TASCAR champion. There's a lot of really good oval drivers out here. And then there's Swarmy.
Yeah, Swomy coming over from P-Cars was talking to Kraviator earlier. He found him on leaderboards and said, "Hey, you want to race for Jap Speed?" And he said, "Yeah." And the rest is history.
Yep.
Yeah, JSR's been having a pretty good TORA season so far. They dominated the GTO class of the 24-hour race. They won the GT class of the Sebring race. They've won most of the GT300 EU races with South. I think they got a V8 Supercars win.
Yeah. Right now, though, should we just start taking bets of how long Zeta's going to wait?
Well, Midland Zeta is the other driver that's known for making crazy launch passes like myself.
Yes.
So,
however, he's not as successful as you are at making those launch passes.
Interpret that statement how you will. So,
yes.
I don't know. I mean, he's hanging back now, so maybe he's trying to give himself a little bit of room for making his pit stop. That would be smart. Or maybe he hit a cone, not sure. The cones are client side, so we can't always see what these guys are seeing.
Yeah. I'm going to go with cone.
Yeah.
Or he's just backing off one of these two fight for a little bit, and then he'll swap past them.
Yep.
Because he's definitely made up that ground fact that he lost coming out of turn 4 already.
Yeah, and we're going to be seeing that final pit stop from Dark Matter and Swomy any second now. So we'll bring up the map to make sure we catch it. Lap 179 of 202. Remember, the first 2 laps were slow, so this is effectively the 177th racing lap. And it's still anybody's game for this position. Is it going to be Zeta? Is it going to be Drift? Is it going to be Bolts? And Drift almost wrecked. Kissed the wall there. Good save from Drift and Hero. It's going to give Zeta right on his gearbox. Is he going to go for it? No, not quite.
No, not quite.
All right,
Drift was able to get back going quick enough that Zeta wasn't able to capitalize on the mistake.
Yep. And,
however, Bolts has certainly started to check out a little bit from these two.
Yeah, Bolts and Coca both checking out from this battle. Coca's actually opened up a pretty good gap since he got away. He's about 2 seconds ahead of these guys, so well done to him. Making that good call to pit earlier.
Yeah, that shows you the power of not getting caught in battles.
Yeah. Just getting a better pit entrance, too. You don't have to worry about the guy behind you.
Yeah.
Alright, so next lap we should see Swomy and Dark Matter coming in.
In theory.
Yeah. It's going to be really tight, guys. Hold your horses.
Oh, Drift is caught back up to Bolts here. Bolts going a little low.
Is Drift going to go in the pits? No. Staying out.
No, Drift's got the better line. He's going to capitalize.
Yep, and Zeta's going to go behind him, so that's going to hurt Bolts even more. Nope. No. Bolts hanging on. Oh, contact!
Oh.
Where's Bolts? Okay, so Zeta's gotten around both of them.
Everyone's still alive.
Great move from Zeta, and the pit stops have begun, so let's jump back down to JSR Swomy.
Yep, coming in the pits now for the final time. Obviously the dominant car in this race today. Where is Dark Matter on track right now?
Back straight. So Dark Matter probably pitted already. Nope. Alright, so Swamy's just that far ahead.
Swamy's that far ahead that he's not even going to get past him in the pits.
Yeah, so Swamy's going to be out of the pits before Dark Matter even passes the finish line. Wow.
No, Dark got him a little bit, but...
Dark hasn't pitted yet.
No, he's going to have to pit next lap.
Yeah, but just damn, Swomy. Damn, man. Let's see if Zai comes in. No, he stays out. Let's see if Chair goes in. Nope. Staying out. So they're probably going to come in the next time by. There goes Coca Gamer. Taking his chance. Beautiful Cessna SpaceX machine, number 7.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we see somebody else ducking in back there. I think that's going to be Yuko? No, it's Dark Matter. Okay. So Swami's already gone. Let's see where 3rd position comes out. Still
Here's
nothing.
the next question. Is he going to get him in the pits?
All right, well, Yuko's behind him, so no.
No, I meant...
Oh, you mean Swami. Swami, right.
Here.
All right, let's find out. It's going to be close.
He might.
So we're highlighting Dark Matter, number 2. Swami is the big number 1. And Dark Matter's back on the track, so I don't think it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be very surprised.
I wonder if he is going to be able to catch him.
Yeah. Let's see how Chair does. There's Drifting Hero coming in, so Chair should be coming out right about now. There we go. There goes Zai. So Chair's making inroads on Zai, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Still probably not going to catch him, but he's going to get close.
Yeah.
And then we'll see where Bolts and Drifting Hero come out. They should be right together. Oh my gosh. Alright. So that happened.
Forza.
And there goes Coca Gamer. So the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Mm-hmm.
And that means
did Zeta not get
MLZ is still in the 2nd position. He is probably going to pit this lap. He's got 5%. So
he's going to have to.
Yeah, I wonder if he was trying to get a short fill on the last pit stop by having a little bit more fuel.
Mm-hmm.
Because he could have pitted like a lap or 2 ago and been fine.
He could have. I mean, though, it's Forza. I don't think anything models that. But we're going to see if it pays off right here.
So here's MLZ in the pit lane. We'll see where he comes out. Ride on board with him for the duration of this stop. Should be the last pitter.
Can you highlight Bolts? And
I can, absolutely, yes. So there they are. Remember, Zeta is that stopped dot just before the big blue arrow on the bottom of the map.
I think he might get ahead of him.
It's going to be tight, because remember, he's going to be slow coming out of turn 1.
Yeah.
So let's go to Bolt, and then we'll highlight Zeta. So there's Zeta. He's going to lose to Chair. Oh my gosh. Did he just?
He did.
There he is. So he's past Chair, and Coca, and Bolts, and Drift. Midland Zeta is in 5th position.
Wow.
No, he's in 7th. Okay, because counting is hard. And what the heck?
Curse the commentator. Yay!
Woo! Alright, so what happened there was the menu didn't update when I was reading it. Rip. So Zeta is back to 9th. He was up to 7th.
Mm-hmm.
He'll probably
We've seen him catch these 2 before. He can probably do it again.
He'll do it again.
Yeah. He's got enough time.
And then we have for Robo's gotten away from Corey. And thus concludes the unscheduled interruption of the stream. Oh, contacts! Drifting Hero almost losing it.
Yep.
That was sketch. Hearing that Swami is putting a lap on Dark Matter, maybe. He's done it. He's lapped the field. Swami has lapped the field. Oh my goodness. So he's past everybody, he's past Zai, he's past Yuko, he's past Dark Matter. JSR Suomi has lapped the entire field. Absolutely incredible.
I got nothing to say.
That is quite possibly the most dominant performance we have ever seen on TORA. Also hearing that Lobby 3 has concluded, Ace Captain Slow reporting a time of 2 hours, 13 minutes, 56 seconds. Unfortunately, I don't have a way of knowing what time these guys are on, but just keep that number in mind. Remember, there was some crashes earlier.
Based
But,
on that reckoning, we're just past. We're just past 2 hours now. We're about 2 hours and 5-ish minutes.
just
Actually, no, we're about 2 hours and 2 minutes.
all right, yeah. So they're probably going to go a little faster.
Yeah.
Just unbelievable driving from Swami. I know we keep saying that, but just my goodness.
He's only got, what, 12 laps left?
Yeah. Including the one he's on.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Well on track to
So that happened.
in first. Well on track.
Alright, so let's come back to this battle we were watching earlier between Bolts, Drift, and Zeta. Drift has gotten around Bolts.
Yeah, and I was expecting that to happen anytime now. Is that Zeta behind them still?
Yeah, Zeta
definitely
caught
Zeta
up.
right behind him. So, is he going to wait, or is he actually going to press the issue a little bit? I would expect Zeta to press the issue a little bit, just given how many laps we have left.
Yeah,
As I said that, he pulls out.
yeah, he's thinking about
Trying
it.
to break that draft, yeah.
Alright, so breaking news here. Suomi laps the entire field. This has never happened before. And are we going to disconnect? Is this real life? This is real
Yes,
life.
it is.
Ha!
Oh, sorry, these ones already.
Right at the end of the race, too. Absolutely incredible stuff here. Riveting images.
Yes, this is what, the 6th time we've seen the Indy map on stream?
Yeah, this is getting a little silly now.
This is getting a little silly now. At
Okay.
least people get to see my fine work.
Yes, they do. Your wonderful logos that you've created for us. Okay. Well, we might see some submarines to the end here, guys. Sorry to say. But it does look like Dark Matter is still hanging with Suomi on lap 194 of this race. As we'll bring you back some regular pictures now. There you go. So if you're just joining us, you'd think that this was a great battle for the lead. And you'd be wrong, because it's not. Because Suomi lapped everybody. Absolutely incredible stuff.
Yep. If he doesn't end up winning this race, I will be shocked.
And Zeta has actually gotten around Bolts and Drift and Hero, who are both underground at the moment.
We have Indy submarines now.
We all live in an Indy submarine.
I made that joke the last time.
You did.
Yeah, I did.
And you can see we're underneath the Art of Bricks here. This is going to be doing marvels for the track integrity. I'm quite sure the groundskeeper will be quite cross with us for doing that to his poor, beautiful circuit.
I'm sorry, I just noticed the tiny little air ducts just sticking out of the track, and I'm laughing hysterically.
Yeah, it's pretty amusing.
Periscope down.
Yep. See how Yugo's coming along in third position. Well, he's going so well we can't even see him. So, well played, well played. See how his eyes coming along. On the track.
Oh,
that's good.
On the track, that's good.
Yep.
Good. Solid.
So the Smitty vehicle is still moving. And still, it's the Suomi show out front with Dark Matter behind.
Now, since he's gotten past him, Dark does not let this guy go.
Well, he's mad now.
Yeah.
It also looks like we've lost Suomi's livery, so we've got the PNC Bank car instead of the Samsung car. I guess he's going so fast the vinyl sheared off.
I'm gonna... Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah.
Is Dark gonna try to pass this dude?
I mean, I would. Alright, also we're now hearing that the results from lobby number 2 are done. And we'll bring those numbers to you now. So it looks like, I think Fun Games, maybe? No? Hang on.
I have returned.
While you look at that, I'm gonna pay attention to the race.
Yeah, it looks like
No.
we had a bunch of DNFs, and that there was a couple people in the 213s. It looks like F1 Ben may have been the fastest guy. Actually, no, Radiation Lewis, 2:13.13. So that's the time to beat right now. 2 minutes 13, or 2 hours, 13 minutes, 13 seconds. That's where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll come back to that. Looks like LMP Grizz has rejoined us in the booth. How was the yard work, Grizz?
It was not that difficult. Actually, it was able to save some time by using a good old leaf blower, so that saved about 10 minutes.
Awesome. And since you're just joining us, there are 3 laps left, so we're going to focus exclusively on the racing now.
So I have some analysis for you.
What you got for me, Ben?
So 3 laps, so we're roughly a minute and a half to go. Now, Dark Matter, I think, has had one issue this entire race. Is that correct?
Yeah, he got crashed once, very early on, as did Swami.
Okay. So, imagine how far these two would have gone without that.
Yeah, they're just on a whole other level.
Just a whole nother level, yeah. And we're about, by my dead reckoning, we're about 2:05 right now.
Yeah, so they're going to get a whole 2 minutes off the field, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy stuff here.
Yeah, I'm reading from Lewis, and I'm not sure what lobby he was in. He had actually managed to lap. Okay, he lapped up to second in lobby C.
And yeah, he was. Him and LSCM Crimson had a very good battle before I lagged out. They were like neck and neck the whole time.
And Crimson also lagged out of that race. All right, we're almost on the white flag, guys, so let's jump back on board with Swami here. Give him his lap of glory, lap 202, the final lap.
Is this... Nope, his gliver's not back on.
Yeah. So it was... Oh, he's pitting! He's pitting!
He's pitting? Oh.
All right. Unexpected.
Yeah.
So
Could that crash have affected him?
Maybe he just got it wrong. So Suomi has pitted. Dark Matter is probably intensifying right now.
Mm-hmm.
This could
Massive
be spicy.
drama here at the very end of the race. I think Swarm's still going to be ahead far enough that he's going to be fine. He's just taking the white flag right now as Dark Matter's coming down to turn 4. And it's going to be much closer than we originally thought it was going to be.
And that's going to put a few of these guys back on the lead lap. You're going to get Swomi, Dark Matter, Yuko, Zai. That changes everything now.
Yep, all Dark Matter has to do is not run out of gas in the next couple turns, but Swarmy's still far enough ahead that
he has 5.5%.
And you can see the air boxes of Drifting Hero, Zeta, and Bolts right there in front of Swomi.
Yep.
So just imagine there are 4 cars there, and Swomi is coming around to cross the yard of bricks for the final time. JSR Swomi wins the race, had the field lapped, and that is how you do it, folks. Swomi has won the race. I hope he knows to stop. Maybe he's just trying to get to the backstretch to get out of the way, and he is. Okay, so Swomi wins, Dark Matter 2nd, Yuko 3rd, Zai 4th. Presumably, we'll see where he comes across. So here comes SFM Zai to get position number 4 in lobby number 1. There he goes. Dr. Chair PhD crosses the line in the 5th position, lights up the rears. 6th is going to be Midland Zeta at the line with Drifting Hero 7th and Bolts 8th. We can't show you their cars because LOL. In the 9th position is Coca Gamer, who is actually in the pit lane. So that's actually going to prevent him from getting a finishing timer, so that was really not smart there. I wouldn't have done that, unless he's a lap down. Maybe he is, I don't know. Alright, we'll see if Robo Red Midnight continues here at speed or if he stops. He should continue. No, he's stopping. Alright, so Robo is stopping. That's going to put Corey 9th, Midland Zeta 10th, but he's not. Alright, so these positions are going to be a little off here while we record all of the data. Goku Gamer is going to continue driving here. And PXM Twisted, he's also pitting. He has another 2 laps to complete. Hopefully he knows to actually do them.
I hope, yeah.
He should know.
Hopefully he just doesn't hit anybody.
Yeah, hopefully everybody got off the track. Looks like they have.
Yeah, I think they might be on the grass heading. Yep, they're on the grassy area down turn 2.
So Twisted's going to keep going for a little bit here. Hearing that Mead ran out with 2 lap in turn 2 on the last lap. Ouch.
Oh no, that's an F.
That's an F. That's a very unfortunate F.
Okay, so we're going to see what happened here in just a little bit of time. We're still waiting for those results to come in. Drifting Hero is putting in the data. And we'll find
I
out.
do not have access to the sheet.
Yep. We'll try to get that working for you guys. But absolutely crazy stuff here at the end.
Yeah.
And let's hear from Ace Captain Slow, who was in Lobby 3 with
Yep.
Lewis, who currently has the best
Swami,
time of anybody.
he times pit stop perfect.
Yep. So, Ace, can you hear me?
Yep.
Alright, so we're hearing that Lewis had a pretty good run there, and that Mead ran out right at the end. Can you confirm that this happened?
I passed him on the French Street. He said he ran out in turn 2 on the last lap.
Oh, man. Hate to hear that.
I believe it was for 8th position on track.
Okay.
That's Twisted done finally.
Yep, so Twisted has finished. Swami has won lobby number A. And we're still waiting here for what's going on. Looks like Swami's time is a 12:46. So yeah, he definitely won the race.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yuko's at a 12:59. Dark's probably at 12.
50.
Yeah, something like that.
Zeta's got a 13:22. So your winner officially appears to be JSR Swami. Woo!
Swami's still got to be kicking himself for messing up that fuel strategy. Because if he hadn't, he would have won by easily a full 30 seconds to a minute.
Yeah, but how about that? That was just dominant.
That was still just absolute dominance.
And then we have Dark Matter second and LSE and Yuko in the third spot. Zeta in chat saying hashtag first lap crash. Accurate. That did happen.
Yep, that's what happened to me as well.
Ban JSR. How about we congratulate JSR taking
Yeah,
another
and
one
we
of
ban-
Tora's big wins.
Yeah. We congratulate JSR and then hashtag ban Zeta because he spun it coming in out of the pits. And yes, we did catch that on stream.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
That was quite enjoyable. So looking down through the times that are coming in, Lewis is currently ahead of Chair and Zai for overall time. And Zeta for that matter. Actually, it looks like Lewis is actually going to finish quite well from C Lobby. He did start 31st in this whole ordeal. Actually, no.
DNF.
We always have
Oh, really?
our overall times finished up.
Alrighty, so we have almost all the data now put in.
So it looks like right now that obviously JSR's Swami finished first, Dark Batterson second, Yuko was in third, in fourth was Radiation Lewis, or event organizer, down from starting from 31st position, I believe. In fifth was Zai, and I'm just quickly searching through all these. In sixth, we have, well, actually for a tie for seventh, we have Springer and Midland Zeta,
And Bolts and Drift.
and Bolts, and Drift. Wow.
My goodness.
Okay, that'd be why I'm not seeing all the times. Down in the 11th, we have Insanity. Oh, okay, there. It just sorted. 12th was AMSF1 Ben. 13th was Coca Gamer. 14th was HCR Apex. 5th was Clyde Yellow. 16th was Robo Red Midnight. 17th was Discover Osiris. 18th was Corey. 19th was BMF 34 Fun Games. 20th was Ace Captain Slow. And I'm getting I'm getting winded just reading all these.
All right, 21st was AKA Cotball 360, 22nd AMS Andrew 14, 23rd AMS Me 212, followed by SHR Matt 10 on the end of row 8. The 9th row would have been GRT MB AMG in 25th, 26th was Renegade, 27th AMR Genesis, 28th Gap Fam, then Junior Drives a Prius, and Hellfire 97 with Twisted in last. Okay.
And I believe every other car did not finish. It would appear as such.
Yeah, we had a lot of DNFs in this race. There were quite a few.
Just looking based on lap count, 32nd would be LSEM Crimson, just based on lap count, and 33rd would have been Demon Saber 510. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It would be BM11 Nyko X68 would be 32nd, and Crimson would be 33rd. All around, though, quite an amazing race, quite an amazing finish there at the end.
Yeah, that was really intense. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us for the 5th annual TORA Indy500. That was a eventful broadcast.
To say the least.
Yep. And once again, thanks to Kiwi Chris for toughing it out for about 3 hours there at the beginning before a storm killed the internet in Australia. Thanks again to Ben and Ace and Grizz and Av for doing the intro. And you just watched the 5th annual TORA Indy500 here on SFM Official. I'm your host, SFM Darkser, signing off. Have a good day, everybody.